constantly battling low energy, cravings, weight control, watching your health slip away? Listen up! There's a simple daily protocol they don't want you to know about that's helping people with the Feel Great protocol.
Refusing to sign the MOU, but then they were flooded by videos of Europeans at Buc-ee's, and they realized that they could never stand against a nation with so many Buc-ee's.
That's a great, very quickly, because I want to talk about your book, but you've seen Freddie, the viral soccer fan. J.J. Watt gave him a tour. People have been giving him everything rolling out the red carpet. Would you want to meet Freddie if you had a chance?
Absolutely. I would love to meet Freddie. I'd love to meet any of these fans who are coming and enjoying our country. And that's one of the great things about these events is that there is this cultural exchange where we learn a little bit from them. And, of course, they learn a lot about what makes America so great. I'm so proud to have the World Cup here and so proud that so many people are enjoying our great country.
So are the rumors true that the White House is trying to get Freddie to come visit?
No comment, my friends. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
You'll let us know, though.
Oh, they'll let us know. How is it going out there, my fellow world patriots? It is indeed Sunday, June 21st, 2026. And happy Father's Day, Mr. Matrix, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. How are you doing on this happy Father's Day, my boy?
I'm doing pretty well. And
States of America,
and you and everybody else out there as well, whoever may have a child, or if you even don't know you have a child, it's all good. We understand. So I've heard that way too many times from my buddies. Yeah, I think I'm a father today, but I'm not sure. Like, that's pretty bad, bro. Oh, but yes, it's I am actually having incredible storms rolling through right now as well. So just let everybody know if somehow, some way my end cuts out or I just disappear. I have tornado possibilities, massive storms. Listen, yeah, it's pouring right now. So if something happens, I have massive storms coming through. So if there's a chance of me just disappearing, y'all know why.
And so as we're going here, I'm looking up what you were just saying, and I'm trying to get this little issue fixed that we've been looking at here where my thing turns itself off. And so it says it's a Chromium window management bug, which I can turn off by disabling hardware acceleration. So I'll try to figure out what that is. And so if anybody's seen the last few days as we've been doing shows here and just did it while we were doing the show here, my computer decides it wants to do this. And this is only since I've been using the Brave browser, only when we do a full video and then we're done with the video. And then it does this.
It goes from full screen to miniaturizing it. I don't understand how it's happening.
It's cute. But dude, check this out. Did you know that through my whining and crying, this is, I guess this is somewhat of a delta for me. So I'm going to let this play for you guys and I'll explain in a second why. This is a delta in a sort of way for me. Let's see if it's not muted.
I flew in with some of our great congressmen who we're going to introduce in a second, and I said to him, Congressman, what do you think? I can straighten it out fast. Should we just go in? No, sir. Let it simmer for a little while. Let people see what radical left Democrats will do to our country.
Yeah.
I flew in with some of our...
So through many months of me complaining and crying that I'll never get cued, I got cued on Father's Day in 2020. And so I don't know if it was this. I don't think it was actually this day. Maybe it was the day before back then. But all I do remember is that it was 100% Father's Day on that day. Let's see. You remember?
That's awesome.
Let's see. Father's Day 2020. What was that?
June 2020.
Yeah. Why is this so slow, dude? Right here. June 21st, 2020.
Oh, it is today. It actually is today.
Yeah. So today's Father's Day. So it's actually the same Delta then. Okay. So
that means you so wait. You posted this on June 20th, and the very next day they actually tagged you is what it was then, correct? Because you did it at 10:09 p.m. It looks like. All right, so gotcha. So within 2 hours they tagged you. Gotcha. Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I don't know how long it took, to be honest with you. Let's take a peek-see here. But yeah, I was whining and saying, you know, oh, I'll never get cued. But here it is. Let's see. Ding, ding, ding.
Yep, 21st. Oh, wow, it's actually 2:18 p.m. So it's actually quite a while later. Like 16 hours later.
It was. So when was this? Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at it. I'm going, wait, that's the next day. Then I'm like, oh, wait, yeah, duh. I would have had to post it, and then they would have had to pick it up the next day. I remember
Correct.
I was vacationing, and I remember I plugged my phone in because it was super hot that day, and I plugged it in for like maybe an hour and a half, and I came back to do. There were so many messages on there, and I'm like, wait, what? Did somebody die? Like, what the hell happened? It was like, oh, congratulations. I'm like, what the heck? What? And I'm like, oh, okay. And dude, the analytics on this thing, there was like 4 million views on this post like 5 years ago. And if I go to look at the analytics now, it tells me I think it's like 1 million. It says something like that.
That's wild. That's so awesome. I didn't get that experience at all. I, of course, I didn't have an online presence until 2020, actually. I did not purposely do anything until that time. So I didn't have that opportunity myself. So
yeah, dude, it was a blast, and it was some crazy times we lived in back then. But let me see what's going on with the chats. How are you guys up to? How are you guys doing on this fine Sunday? Welcome in. And I don't know if you guys are going to be having parties out there today, but I don't know if we'll get the normal amount of folks out there watching today, but we'll see. But yeah, happy Father's Day to all you guys and gals out there, and some mothers are even Father's Day out there today, huh? Single moms are Father's Day.
Oh, for half a second I thought you were talking about something else.
Uh-oh. What?
I thought that's where I thought you was talking for half a second. I was like, wait a minute, what?
No. William Joseph 17Q dropped a $2 super chat, says, following y'all from day one, Pilgrim's Progress. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's dude, it's been a minute. And we ended up yesterday's show, Matrix. I was asking for prayers for Wheezy, and she just, you know, the long and short of what I have for information is that she had some sort of like an allergic reaction that has just been bugging the crap out of her for probably about a week now, like itchy. And I think she has to wait till tomorrow to get like the blood work or to see her doctor to figure out what's going on. So please raise up Wheezy, and you know, hopefully she can get some rest and some relaxation, because I don't know if you've ever been allergic to anything, dude, but it's not fun. Definitely not a fun thing when you're allergic to something and you can't, you know, fix that itch or whatever it is. You can't scratch that itch. You know what I mean? That's the worst.
I can only imagine. I'm thankfully I'm not allergic to anything, so I have never felt that before. So,
wow, yeah, it's
it's
bad, dude. It can get bad. Let me see. I might have it. Let me see if I can show you this. I will show if I can find it really quick, because I don't want to have the show wait too long. But I remember I grabbed it the other day from Facebook. I have a picture of my eyeball from allergies, and it's,
oh no.
yeah, dude, this is from like 10 years ago. So actually, I found it. This is actually from 10 years ago. This is just, I had such bad allergy, and still do to a certain extent, that, like, dude, certain days I felt like taking a knife and carving out my eyes and my nostrils, the insides of my ears, just because it's so irritable. And believe me, I get what she's talking about as far as the allergies. So here was me, I think, 10 years ago or so. Look at the white part of my eye, dude. Yeah, that's from just rubbing.
There is no white part.
Rubbing and rubbing and rubbing. And dude, look at the white, or the X white part of the eye. If I was look like towards the corner of my eye, the brown part would actually start folding over, or coming out of, not coming out, but like it would fold over this part of it. It was so red and swollen. And no, I was not smoking marijuana or anything on that day. So irritable to the point where you just can't do anything but itch, 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 itch. Oh my God, it was so bad. Oh, so anyways, hopefully Wheezy's getting some relief, and at least tomorrow we know she can get back to the doctor and get some relief. But what's up with you? Anything out on the Templar series? Any
oh my
news?
Lord.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, so yesterday, for anybody that, of course, out there in this crowd that doesn't know about it and have been looking for this episode, I finally did it. You were there at the round.
New York's Donald Trump running for president.
Sorry, buddy.
What did Dave ask me on the round table? He said, "Can you just put together a condensed version of all the stuff that you're connecting together?" So, yesterday, the first 3.5 hours, yes, 3.5 hours of straight decoding and putting the connections together. Actually, okay, let me take that back. It's really about 3 hours, because it does take 10 to 20 minutes for it to get into the show itself. So about 3 hours straight of making my connections, or decodes, or whatever you want to call them. That was in yesterday's episode, chapter 12. So for those out there that are wondering about the Templars, if you don't have the knowledge of the Templars at all, then the decode stuff and connections won't make as much sense. But if you have been following the Templar series, yesterday's episode is the episode where I put all of it together. I have like 68 slides in my PowerPoint, plus a full slab of tabs, and I go through it. So, and it's not everything either. That was just a piece of it. But I think it really set the tone for what I'm starting to believe is true, which is the Templars are actually like the white hats in disguise. And they're the ones that asked Trump to run. And then the combination of the people in the cabinet and how they relate, just everything points to the Templars being it. So yesterday, that was the show for it. Got to check that one out. It's the show to watch as far as the Templar information goes.
A condensed version, you say? 3 hour condensed version?
Well, and here's the thing. That's not everything. I only put together what I could get together before the show. I actually left out a whole section of my tabs too. Like I could literally probably could have gone another 2 hours of just the decode side, but it wasn't ready and prepared. So I left pieces of it out, so where it would stay in a nice flow basically. Because if I kept going, it'd have been squirreling and all over. I wanted to keep it nice and concise so people could follow it. So there's a whole bunch more to go.
Nice. I was just letting this play kind of in the background here, but so I finally got up to my new office, I guess we can call this here, where my new streaming area will be, where I'm not, I got to get into the settings. This is such a pain in the ass. Where I'll be streaming essentially now. And so when I set it up, I jumped into Scotty's show on Friday, and I could tell it sounded a little echoey because I hadn't set up much. I hadn't set much up in here as far as like pictures on the wall and stuff like that. So when you don't have a lot of pictures on the walls and stuff like that, you get a lot of echo. So I'm like, you know what? I need to put up some stuff, right? So I'm just going to give you guys a little sneak preview of one little corner of this here, and you can see a picture that I got right here that I actually got from my son, and you can see some imagery that also got what was in the background from my son as well. So you're actually looking at a picture there of a picture that's next to me, and then you're looking at a reflection of another wall, and there's something in the background of that wall.
That's your logo, isn't it?
That is actually like it's a Punisher / Blue Lives Matter type of thing my son got when he was with the grandparents in Florida. He was at some thing that had a bunch of flags, and he goes, "Oh, Dad, look what they got here." I say, "Oh, get me that," and he's like, oh, "Okay," so he got me that, and then he also had this image of this is framed or whatever. It looks like it's got a little smudge there, but I gotta fix that. Just hung that yesterday, and just hung this yesterday as well. And it seems like we don't have much of an echo in here anymore, so all good to go. And since I've been up here, I have not had any blips in my service as well. So I think one of the 25-foot cables that I had before running through my living room essentially was maybe had a little kink in it or something. But we've been good to go here. Everything seemed to go pretty smoothly up into the move, and so we're rocking and rolling here. So we move on, dude.
Awesome.
Yeah, we move on. But dude, we got as of course we have plenty of interesting information to go through, dude. Can you believe that? Did you hear any? Let me ask you this first. Did you hear anything about the? Let me get this off of here. The reflecting pool. Originally, I was hearing that, there are people putting, algae and stuff like that. And then I heard that there are people putting stuff to strip the paint, and then people were trying to sell stuff. But then I heard it was fake. And then I saw the next day that no, there's actually people jumping in there and arrested. I mean, dude, what is up with this world where they're so willing to just be nasty and even mess with algae and stuff like that, like just to ruin the stuff for the rest of the world because they don't like Trump. Like, it's such a disgusting proposition that I don't. These people are just not American as far as I understand it. You know what I mean? Like, and the worst part of this, like, they have one of these guys. Watch this. Ready? You're gonna love this one. American Olympic canoeist, right? Arrested for allegedly vandalizing Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. 3-time U.S. Olympian David Hearn, who competed in canoe slalom, was arrested Friday by U.S. Park Police. A friggin' Olympian, dude, would do this to our country. Like,
and you realize it's all about TDS. It's quite literally all because we've heard since 2015 when the man walked down the escalator is Donald Trump this, Donald Trump that, and we're literally 11 years afterwards. And this is the cause of it. He's trying to fix stuff, and these people are so mentally retarded, and yes, I'm saying it, they're so stupid. This is the cause of it. And of course, I'm having retard fatigue is what I'm having. That's what I'm having, is retard fatigue. It's getting to the point where it's like the police don't do anything most of the time. So I think we need to have examples set, which is all these people that are going to the algae pool. If this is all true and if everything is right, which Trump put it out himself, then all I can say is I hope these people have the book thrown at them and then they get their face plastered on every TV channel so everybody can see it. Because the only way people are going to stop doing this is when they see there are consequences. That's the only possible way. And so we need the consequences to start happening.
Yeah, and it looks like they're going to have some serious consequences, which, again, good. You should. Let's see. I think we have a little Trump blurb on here. Let's play this here. 27 seconds. United States Park Police have arrested multiple individuals for vandalizing our nation's magnificent reflecting pole. So we got an L where an O should be, maybe. Who would do such a thing? These are very serious crimes having to do with the destruction of national monuments. Years in jail. Years in jail. Work will begin immediately on its repair. President DJT.
Real quick,
scumbags?
Here's the thing. It says reflecting pole. He did 2 posts back to back. It says reflecting pole and reflecting pool. He actually has a misspelling. Yeah, look at it. It says right there, reflecting pole, and he fixes it and it makes it reflecting pool. So there's the L in the kill brackets, which goes to D class, or you can do it with the O in the kill bracket, which goes to the go order, which is the enough is enough with the G and the O in the kill brackets. So either way you do it, it hits. Yeah. So do L in that, and you'll get the D class plus Lord of Rothschild. Boom, boom. D class, Lord of Rothschild. Let the unsealing begin. Let the D class begin. Let the world witness the truth. We the people, justice under the law. And of course, the other one is the distress calls to others will do you and your family no good at this stage. We know where you and the family are at all times. We hear you breathing.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
I love that so much.
You got to remember,
and
this
then
is
the other
2017.
Yeah, and the other one's 2018, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're early, and it's 11/11 too, a special date.
About a year apart too.
So there's the main two. So the one he fixed it with is O. So type O in the kill brackets, because if you combo the D class plus the O, it works out really well because you get enough is enough, and the go code is in the kill brackets. And it says owls right there, and who's part of the owls is who you just saw on the last one is the Rothschilds.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Yep,
Boom.
the Rothschilds with the owls. Interesting.
You know, blows together. And by the way, shout out Dave and Rambo for that one, because I was rewatching D-Class last night, and actually they're the ones that caught that. So I'm not taking the credit for that one.
Coinky dink? What a coinky dink, dude. What a little coinky dink, huh? Let's see. So another thing that is not going away. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me do this one. I think this is just funny. And then I'm going to hold the Air Force One thing for a little bit because, dude, I don't know what's up with that one picture. I'm holding to my guns on that one picture. The Air Force One symbol looks like a Q. Like 100% looks like a Q.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'll hold off on that one for a second.
I know what you're talking about too, because when we talked about that on Thursday, I grabbed a screenshot of it, of the close-up. It does look like a Q, but I'd like to see a high-definition version of it.
Yes, I absolutely would. I think I got one more on this. One more on the reflecting pall. So yeah, remember this didn't happen, guys. DC police have started making felony arrests after green-haired liberals entered into the reflecting pool and began dumping loads of live algae into it. They're also intentionally peeling paint from the pool as Antifa anarchists caused chaos on dirt bikes in an attempt to distract law enforcement. We're told law enforcement from the area is descending on the pool now. It's like totally what is wrong with people?
Like I said, it's retard fatigue. And again, I seriously go back to it's caused by the media talking about Trump the way they have all these years. And it's gotten to the point where literally the retards are out in full force. And they call it Trump derangement syndrome now. But that's literally how I feel with what it is. These people are stupid.
They used blue paint. Then they refilled the pool, but the algae was already in the existing pipes. To combat the algae, they poured industrial hydrogen peroxide in the reflecting pool. Okay, buddy. Oh, God. Blue Lives Matter not on January 6th, apparently. Yeah, until they figure out that there was more cops than there were regular people in there. Whoopsies. Whoopsie daisies. I bet you there was, I can almost guarantee you there was probably more law enforcement than not there at January 6th by the time we get everything rolled out.
Undercovers, you mean?
Yeah. What did I call this one, dude? GTA fraud. I wanted to touch on this one because this stuff is interesting here, and this doesn't seem to be going away in any way, shape, or form. So I don't know if you remember all this stuff here. So we got Matt Gaetz here. He's talking about Mifsud and a few other things. And this post right here is done by George Papadopoulos. So
Papadopoulos.
Yeah, George Papa. Remember, he was spied on it. He was spied on as well. Interesting, huh? What do you think, buddy? And this is the one time it didn't do it. So I got the answer as to how I can actually fix this now. I have to go down to System, apparently, and then turn off Hardware Acceleration. But what do you think about that, dude?
The wording really just hits me with what we're going through in the Iran thing right now, and Israel thing with the peace deal, where you're having another country attack another country. So you're like, oh, it's Hezbollah versus Israel. Oh, is it? Or is it Israel's people that are claiming to be Hezbollah that are just like, all right, let's just keep this peace talk down at the bottom and let's just keep on firing on each other so we can fuck up America? That's what it seems like to me. And of course, transposed to what he just said, that's what it seems like to me. But yeah, treason, RICO, all of it. Holy crap, man. And plus, by the way, that's Matt Gaetz 2.0. That's definitely not Matt Gaetz.
Skinny Matt Gaetz?
Yes, weird looking Matt Gaetz. And he looks weird regardless, but that was definitely not Matt Gaetz. But anyway, yeah, very much so. The RICO thing's what I've been talking about for a few weeks now. When the Talarico guy comes out, I think it's hilarious that his name ends with Rico, literally. And of course, you bring this back out and think about this too. With treason, there is no statute of limitations on treason because we're always hearing about. Well, this
nice?
rape, there's a 5 or 10 year.
Uh oh. Matrix, you there, buddy? Ruh-roh. I could hear him trailing off. I don't know if you guys could hear that, but it sounded like he got a little quieter. And he was trailing off for a second. He did say that there are big storms around him, so let me see. Is the storm... I'm texting him. Is the storm upon you? Let me see what's going on with him here. Your sound trailed off and on. See, hopefully it's not me. It looks like my internet... Oh, okay. MatrixQdeBreaker joined the room. It looks like I got internet on here. Let's see. That was interesting.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. What's up, buddy?
Okay. It wasn't me. It was Zoom. Zoom somehow detached my microphone again. Okay, so with me and Omazon and me and you, when I'm working with Zoom, somehow Zoom goes into my settings of my microphone and turns it off. And I can't turn it back on unless I leave the Zoom chat and come back in. So for anybody out there that thinks I might be being watched, I think Zoom is the way they do it because they're with my microphone. So that's what just happened. It automatically just takes my microphone and detaches it from my Zoom. So, nice. All right. Well, we're back at it. We're back. So,
okay, we're back here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's see. Let's see, Iran deal? Do we have an Iran deal? Do we not have an Iran deal? Let me just unmute the site so I don't have to do this every time. Let me get this one away. We got Little Marco. And again, dude, is he a 2.0? Because, you know, he was back around with Flimsy Graham with all these different little things years ago out in Syria. He was like Flimsy Graham's little puppy dog back in the day.
Yeah.
We'll see here. Let's make sure this is loud enough.
On Iran.
Oh God, that is so not loud enough. And look at that, dude. It actually did what I wanted this time. Didn't
Attacks on Iran or anything of that nature.
I spoke too soon.
Attacks on Iran or anything of that nature because the president's made clear he prefers diplomacy and an outcome of negotiated settlement. Now, we're dealing with radical Shia clerics. Okay, we're dealing with people who make geopolitical decisions on the basis of pure theology, and it's a complicated thing. I mean, no one's ever been able to do a successful deal with Iran, but we're going to try. Steve Woodcock and Jared Kushner will be traveling. I think they're traveling right now to have important meetings, and we'll see how that turns out. And we'll always comply with the applicable laws of the United States in terms of involving Congress in any decisions. But right now, we're not talking about any of that. We are postured in the region for one simple reason, and that is that we understand that there could be threats to our forces in the region. We've seen them be threatened in the past, and we want to make sure that we have sufficient capacity to defend them if, God forbid, that were to happen. We'll follow whatever the law is on it, and it depends on the circumstance that lead to it. But right now, we're talking about negotiations. We are focused on negotiations. That's what we're focused. The president's made that clear. If that changes, it'll be obvious to everyone, and obviously, whatever the law requires us to do, we'll do. With regards to
So whatever they'll do, they will do. Matrix. That's interesting. You want to hear something spicy?
First, before you do the spicy thing, look behind the guy on the right. That's a double cross right there. I need to look. Yeah, I need to look at the double. The double like that is one of the Templar crosses at some point in time. And not only that, look at the guy's name, Robert Fico. Just change the R over to his last name, and you got Rico sitting there, just like I just said. That is just weird as hell. Robert Fico, but change his first and last letters, and you got Rico. His name would be Fabert Rico. It just so happened I happened to say the Rico thing in there. That's weird.
What is J.E. Marco Rubio?
J.E.
Maybe because it's over in another country, but just again for everybody out there that tells me Matrix. Well, I looked up, gold fringe, and I couldn't find gold fringe in the thing anywhere. And it's like, so I think your Admiralty law thing is, kind of bunk. And I'm like, that's funny. How come every damn flag we've ever seen in the history always have gold fringe, but now all of a sudden they're gone lately? Interesting, right? If that doesn't mean anything, then why do they always have it in the past?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out J.E. And somebody in the chat says Jeffrey Epstein. No, Mustard Tiger, not Jeffrey Epstein.
Never know. No, I mean, I'm thinking because it's overseas, perhaps. But listen to this, dude. It's got a little spicy. Getting a little spicy here, buddy. You're going to love this one. It's a little long. We'll see how long we need to get into it.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. I just spoke with President Trump for more than 20 minutes, and he gave some new insight and reaction about the ongoing talks that are taking place in Switzerland and the threats coming from the Iranian regime. President Trump telling Fox News that the U.S. may take over the strait in the future if they have to and collect tolls. The president described this as the United States being the guardian angel of the Strait of Hormuz and the Middle East. And the president said ultimately that would involve the U.S. taking 20% of the oil that passes through the strait. Remember, this comes in reaction to the Iranians saying they will close the Strait of Hormuz in response to Israeli strikes against Hezbollah in Lebanon. President Trump tells Fox News he spoke with Iranian officials overnight and said, you close it and you won't have a country. He went on to tell these officials, you won't even make it back to your effing country. Now, earlier today, Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian said this about Iranian enrichment of uranium. The president also reacting to that. Take a listen.
We will not give up our right to enrichment, and they, too, will be forced to accept it. You all know what the so-called President of the United States was saying. He had made a complete 100-degree turn. He was saying that Iran must surrender unconditionally. Iran has no right to do this. It has no right to do that.
President Trump, during our call, responded directly to those comments by Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian. President Trump told Fox News he better watch his mouth, he better shape up, or we'll take over the rest of the country. And so clearly the president reacting directly to these comments from Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian. And also President Trump talked about the broader memorandum of understanding, indicating this is just a ceasefire extension. This is not the final deal with the Iranian regime. And the president says he holds the cards and maintains a variety of options if the Iranians don't make these serious commitments at the negotiating table. He said, I have a 60-day option, and I can do whatever I want after that option. So again, President Trump leaving a variety of considerations on the table and says that the United States could become the guardian angel of the Strait of Hormuz and collect tolls itself while taking oil. Around 20%, the president says. As it relates to oil, President Trump also said that 19 million barrels of crude oil exited the Persian Gulf yesterday as a result of this memorandum of understanding with the Iranians. Guys?
So, Trey, as always, a fascinating...
Dude, is his voice always that high? I don't ever notice it being like that. It seems like he was a little ratcheted up.
Yeah, no,
here.
it is.
Is it really?
I watch Fox all the time. Yep, I can't.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning.
Sorry, go ahead, buddy.
Yep, that's him. Yeah, no, you're good. That's him. That's definitely him. A Trey Yingst. I can't stand the dude. So every time he shows up, I'm waiting for him to have a helmet on or a bulletproof vest so he can sit there and do a news conference. So, dude's ridiculous. Oh man. And Real quick, I'm just going to do the subscription one, but thank you to Conspiracy Therapist 17 for the 5 subscriptions gifted out over on the Rumble side. And yes, happy Father's Day back to you, brother, and happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there.
Yes, happy Father's Day to you guys. That was my happy Father's Day.
Did you say father?
Your father's father. Are you a father or a father's father?
My mother's mother. My father's father.
Oh boy, my mother's mother. Let me see. Where was I gonna go here? Nation of Buckies. We're gonna have some issues with elections going forward, dude. But this is the issue that they want to do to remove some of these folks. Chucky Schumer's a little concerned, buddy. And I think he probably should be. Let's make sure this one's loud enough. And dude,
2.0.
Yeah, dude, like, think about this, right? Chucky Schumer, for as long as you've ever seen him and his wife that looks like a dude, but I'm pretty sure it actually is a woman. But damn, that looks like a dude. But for years and years and years, Schumer has been so pro-Israel, right? Very pro-Israel for years and years and years. And then when we started seeing this free Palestine stuff in the colleges, he seemingly turned on Israel. And it's just been the weirdest thing for me to see, dude. Like, I can't explain it. Again, maybe it's replaced.
Well, yeah, 100% he's been replaced. But Schumer's in the drops with a direct connection to Israel anyway. That's what I'm trying to find out the drop number before you're going. There it is. 1016 and 1017 has 3.5 million Chuck Schumer from Israel. So I was as soon as you said that, I'm trying to get this drop as fast as I could. Yeah. Boom, there it is right there. Boom. And 2 lines above it, you see the Gateway Bridge project that goes to Iran, had their best bridge taken out. So this is a drop I pulled up whenever that happened. And of course, 2 lines below it, you have Chuck Schumer in Israel. And now you bring in what you're saying about Chuck Schumer. And we have the Israel thing going on. Iran, Israel, I swear to you, I think they're combined into being the same situation. So
interesting. Yeah, very, very interesting. Okay, here we go. Let me get to this one. Yeah, let's get to Mr. Schumer here. Old Chucky Schumer. What the president doesn't understand. Oh, Mike. All right, I'm just going to unmute these all so I don't have to do this every time. And I thought I just did that. Here we go.
Senate Majority Leader. And he's saying all of that because the Republicans in the Senate are not trying to push through his bill to restrict voting in this country.
Well, that's right. This is this horrible thing, the SAVE Act, one of the worst, most anti-election democracy things that's ever been proposed. They say it's all about ID, voter ID. It's not. They will remove 25 million people off the rolls. Why? Because they'll require, under this act, which is not going to pass, and we're not going to let it pass. We've defeated in court. I was a lead plaintiff in the decision to do that. We've refused to give them the votes that they would want for this. We never will. What it does is it says every state send your election rolls not to the Justice Department or the voting division, but to the Department of Homeland Security, where Musk and Doge and Vote have installed an algorithm that determines whether you're legitimately right to vote or not. The algorithm is a fix. It'll knock 20 million people, 30 million people off the rolls, and they don't tell you. So Mr. Lawrence O'Donnell could show up at the same voting place he showed up every so often, shown his same ID. Sorry, you're not on the rolls anymore, sir. Well, what do I do about it? Next week, go to the Board of Elections. Trump knows he will lose the election. He said it because he has created such chaos and because we Democrats have shown what we're for and the contrast between what we're for and he's for, and there's such a contrast. And so he's got to fix it. We're not letting him do it.
So one of the things he's
They're not letting them do it, Matrix. They seem to be concerned, and that
Senate Majority Leader.
That hardware acceleration trick didn't seem to work, dude. My computer, I'm gonna go with my computer is haunted, dude, and it seems to only do this with Brave browser. But Chucky seemed a little concerned, buddy. He seemed a little worried about this, dude.
Well, why would they be worried? Let's think about it. Because if you're taking let's just say what he said, 20 to 30 million people off the voter rolls that probably shouldn't be there in the first place because they've been getting all these votes from dead people and people that don't vote but somehow are voting. And like, my dad was never voted in his life, but he died in 2019, but he voted Democrat in 2020. It's kind of amazing, right? So those are the people I think that is more or less being referred to as the fraud stuff. So I think this is just more D-class by Chuck Schumer coming out and saying this. I do not think in any way, shape, or form that is Chuck Schumer. No. His whole, what was the hamburgers and hot dogs, raw meat stuff and all that. I mean, I've been on it for a while that I don't think Schumer's been around for a minute. Look at his face, by the way. He gets less and less wrinkles as he gets older, by the way, just so you know. But yeah, I think that's what he's referring to is the fraud. If they lose 20 to 30 million voters from there, what happens? They lose all their seats. That's what they're afraid of, and I think that's what he is putting out to people. So you're 100% right.
Yeah, it's just a little disgusting. It's like, oh, well, they're going to have all these 25 million people off the voter rolls. But, dude, I got a little bit of an issue with this. On one hand, they tell us that, it's unfair to have people jump through hoops to have them, be on the voter rolls and stuff like that, right? That's what they said. It's like, it's something that's unwarranted. But California has a gay certification checklist to ensure taxpayer-funded contracts only for LGBTQ people are being awarded to people who are gay enough. Extremely bizarre, not to mention highly illegal. But, they don't want to have to be able to here.
There's levels of gay now. Oh my God,
yeah.
You're not gay enough. You only sucked off 3 guys. That's not enough for us. You can't be on this now.
Yeah, you're not in the totally gay. You're on the flame on section of gay.
Oh my God, it's ridiculous.
But Matrix, it's it's a little much to ask. Your everyday person that wants to contribute to voting in our country to go to say a voting booth here, and then you have to give all these documents and documentation to do this, and most people they don't even know how to find a DMV, and most people don't know how to use a computer, and it's really it's really bad. But then hey, when you go over here, required for LGBTB applicants, proof of qualifying owners, LGBT status, copy of a valid municipal or state license certificate of marriage, civil union, or domestic partnership, or proof of domestic partnership, health insurance utilization, or copy of petition for same-sex partner, hospital visitation rights, or evidence of completed or attempted parenting or family building efforts with same-sex partners, including surrogacy, adoption, or in vitro fertilization, or legal petition for name transgender, certificate awards, recognition of owners for outstanding members of LGBT community, physician or attorney's letters establishing LGBT status or ownership, proof of media coverage, including publications new to dude, this is a lot of stuff you need to prove, or one or the other or whatever, right? But you need to prove that you're gay enough to be in this group or whatever, and then they're going to hook you up with being gay enough and being our LGBTQ pro people. Dude, this has just gone way, way too far. But we always knew that they were going to do this, right? Because they were trying to push, the normalcy of being gay, right? And then they wanted to change transgenderism to be normal. And I'm telling you where they were trying to go with it, and it's clear in California that they were trying to make the pedo stuff be normalized, essentially. Passing the different laws between, 7, as long as you're not more than 7 years older than the person, it's okay. It's like, what?
Yeah, something retarded.
Problem, dude. That is a problem in our society, and it's demonic. It has to be.
I don't even know what to say about what I'm looking at. The look on my face as you're reading that is just like, what the hell is happening? Like you can't just be gay. You can't just be bi. You got to be a certain amount of gay for it to actually be a thing. Like, just what the hell?
I know I'm gonna have to cut. I know I'm gonna have to cut this out later, and I don't care. It'll probably be worth it because it's funny. But here we go.
It makes total sense.
That's what we used to say, that. And dude, that was like a thing we used to call each other. Just shut up, you fag. You know what I mean? And then we didn't mean like you were gay. It just meant like this, like like a ball buster or something like that.
Yeah, the fag was literally the word. A fag or a faggot was what you called all your buddies, literally. Like legitimately, like you'd see your boy and you'd be like, "What's up, fag?" And he'd be like, "What's up, faggot?" Like legitimately. That's like legitimately what you did when you were younger. And of course, I've said the story before too. And then that happened to me all the way through high school. Where high school, it was great. You could say that stuff, no problem. Soon as I leave high school, that's in 2004, I'm hearing about if you say the word fag in school, you'll get suspended and rode up and this, that, and the other. I'm like, wow, I'm glad I got out when I did. It's like, that's what I grew up with. So that's crazy. Wow. It's crazy to me.
Yeah. I've said this before too. Graduating high school in 1994, if there were gay kids at our school, nobody really knew about it, or nobody was like, oh, he's probably or she's probably or whatever. Like, there was never even really that discussion, essentially, right? Like, never even had that discussion. And then so 1994, and then fast forward to like 2008. So we're talking 6 years, 14, 15 years, we'll call it. I did a little stint doing some security work at Johnson & Wales University. And dude, I'll be damned if it wasn't the cool thing to be gay. It was like, I was sitting there and I'm like, wait, what? This is, I was just like you're saying, like reading that article earlier, like, what? Excuse me. And it was like, I was in Twilight Zone because nobody talked about it when I was in high school. And then it was just like, they were like almost bragging about it at this place. And I was just dumbfounded by it.
In high school, there was, I think there was like 2 known gay people in the school. And both of them, not even gonna lie, both of them, they got their ass beat quite often. So that's how it was when I was in my day. I mean, I remember the one dude had actually come out the closet like his senior year. And he started wearing these, like a fishnet shirt or something. And I had never seen a dude do that before. And of course, the whole school did the same thing. We're like, what the fuck is happening? Well, let's just say this. He ended up getting basically jumped. So, yeah, that's how it was when I was in school. Nowadays, it's the exact opposite, where if you're not gay, you're the outsider, it seems like. So,
oof. They do. What happens if you attack if you attack a Florida state trooper and say, you thought that person was a ICE agent, and then you went to court, what kind of sentence you think you're looking at?
Probably pretty long one, unless you have a leftist judge. Then they might let you off with nothing.
Huh. Florida Democrat who was arrested over here. Bing! Just got our face slammed off the ice. Let's take a listen, see if we got. Shame on you. Watch this. Oh. Bang. How'd that taste? Let me see one more time. That was yummy. All right, Florida Democrat who was arrested in January for assaulting a state trooper she thought was an ICE agent, Jennifer Cruz, which is just interesting, right? That her name is Jennifer Cruz. She's pleaded guilty to a felony and now faces 20 years in prison and a $250,000 fine, dude.
Dumbass. That's her fault.
Look at the evil in those eyes, dude.
Fafo, man. And here's the thing is I wish every single person that was out there on the streets doing this would get the same thing, 20 years. Right. Think of how many people would be off the streets if every single time this happened, every little one, you get 20 years. I bet you people stop doing it.
I bet you're right. Excuse me. I got this little House of the Dragon returns tonight on HBO Max. Ugh. I stopped liking those. I stopped liking those things after. Oh God, what was it called there? After the main show there. Not House of Dragons. What was it called?
I don't know what show you're talking about, so I don't know. I don't watch TV like that.
Thrones. Game of Thrones. There we go.
Oh,
Game
that,
of Thrones
okay.
with Daenerys. Have you ever watched that series? No.
The most I watched of it was whenever I'd go to my buddy's house and he had an episode on and say, dude, you should sit here and watch this. I've seen like 2 episodes that were random and have no idea what series. So yeah, I've seen 2 episodes. That's about it.
I highly recommend it. The only thing I would say, if anybody watches Game of Thrones, like the original one, to start off, you're going to be very confused in the first couple episodes because it's going to be like, oh, this is Lord Edmure, this is Lord this one, and it's like, oh, wait, how am I going to remember all these names? And it's like, oh, wait, this dude dies, and this dude gets killed, and this dude gets killed. And then they come up with a pretty, straightforward cast that you can start digging into. But very good show. Did you ever watch Breaking Bad?
No, same dude, same buddy of mine wanted me to get into that show too. So no, I have seen a handful of those episodes, and I do know most of the story behind it though, because my buddy wouldn't shut up about it. So I kind of know about it, but I don't watch TV or movies or shows or anything. So
yeah, that's one of the best shows I think that's ever been was Game of Thrones. I thought was really good, and I definitely liked Breaking Bad. Basically, the science teacher who comes down with cancer and starts cooking crystal meth with one of his ex-students, and then gets into some wild stuff for sure. Definitely some wild stuff. I think I have 2 different clips on this today, but this is bad, dude. When are they ever gonna fix Chicago, bud? Any guesses on that? Like, I think we're going to need the National Guard to go in, unfortunately.
That or nuke it, one of the 2.
Nuke it? Well, dude, a lot of times people can't even, cops can't even go into certain areas in Chicago.
I know.
Like, legitimately cannot even go into certain areas. Hopefully this will be loud enough. Let's see.
In with breaking news of a mass shooting on Chicago's South Side. We just learned 12 people were hurt. Asal Razai is live at Chicago Police Headquarters as officers investigate. And Asal, what do we know about the victims so far?
Yeah, Megan, we are still trying to comb through the details that were just released by Chicago police. So far, we know that at least 12 people were shot and taken to local hospitals. We know police found at least 2 of them at the scene near 95th and Wentworth. I want to show you video we have of this scene. You're going to see dozens of evidence markers. We counted over 100 so far. This is just after 11 o'clock last night near 95th and Wentworth. As I mentioned, police say so far their preliminary investigation finding that a red SUV pulled alongside a large crowd there. 2 people from inside of that SUV started shooting towards the crowd before driving off. We know multiple victims were shot, 12 people again shot, taken to local hospitals. Again, some of those people were able to drive themselves to the hospitals or be taken by other people. We know officers say they found a 32-year-old woman with at least 2 gunshot wounds to her back, a 44-year-old man with several graze wounds to his back. Megan, it appears that the victims are anywhere between 17 and 47 years old. Again, this is near the Washington Heights neighborhood. You can see a large police presence there. Officers shining their flashlights as they're investigating that scene. Still very little details available as to what exactly led up to this shooting. We're still hoping to find out more information about the victims and exactly how they're doing so far. It looks like most of them, from the information that we have from police, are in good condition, except one 26-year-old that is in critical condition at the University of Chicago Medical Center right now. Megan, we're working to get more details. We'll bring you more updates just as soon as we learn more.
Ooh, dude, it is like the Wild West out there, but dude, wait, there's more. And so that was an update. Now remember, dude, what did we have yesterday? Or was it yesterday or the day before? Juneteenth, right? We had Juneteenth parties going on. wait. Don't we? Okay, hold on.
This was supposed to be a joyous time. Neighbors say many people had gathered to celebrate Juneteenth when things took a violent turn.
Surveillance video capturing what appears to be a barrage of gunfire. Shortly after, you see people running for cover. Chicago police were called to 95th and Princeton after a mass shooting around 11 Friday night in the city's Princeton Park neighborhood. At least 13 people were injured.
244 West 95th Street. I need crowd control.
Chicago police say a red SUV pulled up to a large crowd. Investigators say 2 suspects began shooting from inside the car before taking off.
There's approximately 25 shell casings, both rifle and pistol rounds, from 243 West 95th all the way to the end of the block on Princeton.
The victims' ages range from 17 to 47 years old and were taken to different hospitals. A 26-year-old man was last listed in critical condition. The majority of the victims are expected to recover from their injuries.
All of a sudden, you hear this loud ba 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 ba. I can hear the rapid fire of gunfire. And I said, oh no, can't be. And next thing I know,
can't be.
You hear the sirens.
Michael Blount was home at the time of the shooting. He says he's disappointed it happened at a time when people were looking to celebrate the holiday.
It was a shame that it happened on Juneteenth. That's what it's supposed to be about, celebration, not what just happened. You know, that was just purely wrong.
A motive for the shooting is unclear. Police have not made any arrest. Alderman Anthony.
What do you think the motive was there, Matrix? Let's see if this does this again. Unreal, dude. I mean, it's just happening over and over. Now, that's Chicago, dude. And if you think that's the only Juneteenth celebration gone wrong, just wait. There's more. 38 seconds of, what do we got? Oh, God, I forgot what that website used to be called. Something hip-hop. So this one right here, mob of teens shut down the largest Juneteenth festival in South Carolina after they began beating each other. Witnesses say dozens of teens began punching each other and attacking other teens at the family-friendly festival. Then families with young children began running in terror. Columbia, South Carolina immediately shut down the Juneteenth festival and sent everybody home. City has now banned all unaccompanied kids from the park after 5 p.m. permanently. How's that for crazy, dude? Over and over and over again, this stuff happens, bro. Matrix with me anymore? Did Matrix get swooped up by a... Did Matrix get swooped up by a hurricane? Let me see here. Let me make sure my show's live here. We're still showing this stuff. Okay. Let me see if Matrix is on his channel or if he's completely gone. MatrixQdeBreaker. Go over to his channel. Unmute. Oh, yeah, he's trying to get back into Zoom. I can see him. How them tornadoes doing, brother?
It's not the tornadoes. It's Zoom. Zoom is seriously taking my fucking mic off of Zoom. And I can't do anything about it. It's pissing me the fuck off. Every setting is correct in my computer for everything is right. But when I'm on Zoom with you or Amazon, it goes, nope, I'm going to take your microphone and we're going to throw it away. I have no clue why it's doing it. So anyway, let me see what I was going to say. I think it cut me off because I was about to say what I'm about to fucking say. I'm going to speak my damn mind because it's not letting me. So I'm going to sound a certain way on this, but most people know I'm the opposite of fucking racist. I live in the hood. I just how I am. I do not like the racist shit. But isn't it funny that every time this happens, it's always one group of fucking people. Every single time, and it's never a group of white people. Just want to point that out. Does anybody else notice that? Does everybody else get black fatigue sometimes? I think we all do. Did you catch that microphone? I caught it. All right. Like I knew what I was going to say.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's a little out of control. You know, you don't see a bunch of Scottish kids doing it, right?
No, exactly. It's really not. And the thing is, I don't understand. Oh, no, I do understand. The reasoning behind it is of course, culture. And I grew up in the culture. I'm literally from the hood. I still live in the hood. I see it every day. I have to look out my front door. That's just how the world is right now. But the problem is you have fatherless homes, and you also have the parents that are in the homes teaching the kids to be this way. Because the dads aren't dads at all. They're criminals most of the time. And they have kids, and they're like, oh, I'm in the house, I'm being a dad. But you're teaching your fucking kid to be a criminal. And also to hate white people because the white man caused you to be this way, bro. That's how they raise their fucking kids.
Yeah.
And I see that because I live in the neighborhood that it happens. I see little 7-year-olds walking around being shitheads because their parents taught them to be. So yeah, people have black fatigue. I feel you. I live in the hood.
Well,
and by the way, wait, what hood do I live in? Oh, Ferguson, where hands up, don't shoot Michael Brown happened and saw my whole town burn down. So yes, it's the hood.
Yes, it's the hood, for sure. And yeah, well, that's one thing too. Either their parents are teaching them to be like that, or their parents aren't teaching them anything, and they're picking up that from around there. You know what I mean? So it's one or the other. Both are not good. But then that
it's not.
Kind of bleeds over into this story. They finally got the body cam footage and all this stuff that came out. And so he says right here, well, no, I'm not alleged. I did it. And he gives his reasons.
I got the suspect, and they're currently treating the victim. Again, he's on the north end of the stadium. All right. Any weapons on you like that? Go ahead. I'll look here.
How long? You put his hands over. I know I'm not.
4-4, copy. I'll be in your office. No athletes. Y'all back up a little bit. Come over here for me. Go over here. I'm going to put your handcuffs for now, okay?
Fear of God.
Dispatch 443. Everybody can slow down. I got the alleged suspect in handcuffs right now, detained. Hold on. You can open up the channel, and medics are clear to come in. Have them come to the northeast entrance. That's going to be a gate that's wide open there, and then you come to the victim from there. This is the alleged suspect. All right. Okay. What's there? So nothing on your...
So if you couldn't really hear it right there, he was saying, I'm not alleged, I did it. Let's see if I can play it again here.
Suspects. Okay. What's there?
He said it again, I'm not alleged, I did it.
I heard it.
Yeah, and then they show another video of him running away, dude. You want it ready to puke in your mouth?
No, her.
Was it a switch? I don't know what he had. It was like it seemed like it was a multi-tool, almost like a Swiss Army. Like with the little scissors and everything and whatever. So it was small. Well, I would argue the size of it alone, you wouldn't even think it's a deadly weapon. And that's
bad.
If it was one of the little, like, I don't know. Like, I do think. Well, that's why he went to his coach and was like, but I don't think I hurt him that bad. Wait a minute, was it a switch?
He didn't think he hurt him that bad. It's not that big of a knife, right? Like, dude, that's... And unfortunately, dude, I think you can legally carry one of these around as long as it's not, wider than your hand, essentially? 3 inches?
5 to 5 inches or 6 inches is, I think, the law, around me for that. And it's not a switchblade. It doesn't look like, because that's a button where you hit a button. I have one of those. I have a switchblade where you hit a button. Switchblades, I think, are illegal in my state, but the blade itself, I think, is 5 inches or something like that. And either way, okay, so let's just say I have a Swiss Army knife that's only got a 2-inch blade on it. If I stab somebody in the heart with it, is that okay? Is it, it's just because it's a small knife. It's not so bad, so it's okay. I just have to make sure and go out and buy me a bunch of smaller knives. That way it's okay for me to stab people.
Yeah, no, it's better. It's okay if the knife is shorter. You know what I mean? It makes it okay. You can kill somebody as long as the knife is shorter. It's like, what? I don't get it. And yeah, so of course they're going to be making all of their their excuses for all this stuff too, which is just disgusting. And they wouldn't do it.
Remember
on the other
though.
side.
Thank you. That's where I was going to go with it. The only reason they're doing it is because it's a black on white thing. And the further we go along in this great awakening, I think the worse that part of it's going to get until the actual justice part flies through. Whenever everybody starts getting actually arrested and there's actual justice to it, I think these people won't stop what they're doing, which is causing hate by getting on mainstream media and doing what we just saw. That's causing people to get worse. And again, that goes back to what is it called? Where they switch the rules. Brunson, is it Brunson or whatever, where they switch the rules where they can actually lie to us to our faces? That is the reason that this is all happening, because they're allowed to say whatever they want and get away with it. So these stupid kids out there that hear stuff and say, oh, that must be real. Well, now we know why they're brainwashed, because the people on the TV, including Jasmine fucking Crockett, is talking shit like that. Which is why I carry a pistol. So go ahead and have your little knife on you. I'll shoot you.
You done brought a knife to a gunfight.
Yep.
All right. I did play this a few days ago, but I definitely need to play this with you on here. And then I got 2 of these in a row for you. And I did this the other day, so I'm going to play
Smith
2.
Month.
Smith
Month. Sorry.
Modernization
Thank you,
Act.
guys.
Yep. Where
Thank
they can do what do you call it on us? Propaganda. Yep, propaganda.
Yep. Thank you. That's it.
All right, so I got 2 clips for you in a row here, and then I'll take your comments after this.
Israel. But it is also my job to represent the importance of Israel to the United States. This is just another reminder that it is your heritage, without a doubt. But, Minister, it is also the heritage of the United States. Without Israel, without the Jewish foundation, there would not be an America. We owe our very existence to what happened in this land of Israel. But it is also my job to
I saw that attack. I saw where that bomb went. Did you see what happened? That was a vicious, that was too much. You know, you can do too much also. But we've had a very effective relationship. Without us, without the United States, there would be no Israel. Without me, there would be no Israel, because no other president was willing to do what I did. If it weren't for the United States of America, with me, because Obama was the opposite, Israel would not exist right now. Israel would have been blown off the face of the earth.
Here's the truth.
All right, so we don't need to go to the rest
I
of
saw that attack.
Let me read
I
this
saw
for
that
you.
attack.
Again, dude. I'm gonna throw this computer out the friggin' window, dude. In 1948, Truman recognized Israeli independence 11 minutes after it was declared. In 1973, the U.S. resupplied the IDF with almost 23,000 tons of war materials. Trump withdrew from the JCPOA, the Iran deal, in 2018 and reimposed sanctions on Iran. From 1946 to 2024, U.S. has given Israel $244 billion in military aid. Crowder here says, I care about a nation being grateful and understanding that they have to fall in line with us, not the other way around. So, bro, what did you think of the Mike Huckabee talking about how America wouldn't exist without Israel, and then President Trump coming back out and saying, well, you know, Israel wouldn't exist without America?
Yeah, Mike Huckabee can go screw himself, is all I can say, because the little Israel's what, the size of Rhode Island, basically, and it's a country. I'm pretty sure it would have been completely wiped off the face of the earth at any moment since it was found back in 1948, if it wasn't for us. And of course, that place was created by the Rothschilds and built up by the UK and created just for the reason of taking us down, basically, is what I feel. So Mike Huckabee, all I can say is I hope something falls on his head. So, and Trump is the one that of course had the perfect rebuttal and gave it the exact opposite. So I've never liked Mike Huckabee, but yeah. When I heard him say that, I was just like, are you shitting me? Did he actually just say that? So they're lining his pockets really well to say that kind of stuff, and we know that.
Yeah, and I got a few stories from 16th through the 18th that I didn't have even time to cover the other day, but this was one of them, dude. And I think you watch baseball here and there, right? Don't you? Or not?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I heard this is one of your favorite teams.
Oh, yeah. San Fran? I don't think so.
The San Francisco Giants. Okay, so breaking. MLB has issued formal warnings with fines up to $10,000 on the table against 3 San Francisco Giants pitchers who wrote Bible scriptures on their Pride Night hats during Friday's game against the Chicago Cubs. The Florida Attorney General is now reaching out to the MLB over whether forcing players to wear Pride logos while threatening to punish them for expressing their faith is religious discrimination. So Bridget Gabriel posted this out. Attorney General James Uthmeyer says, "Do you practice religious discrimination in Florida, MLB? You'll be hearing from my office soon." And as you see here, he wrote Genesis, I think it says 9:11 on there.
9:12 through 16 and 9:11 through 15 is the different ones. I've seen all 3 hats.
Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they want to make them advertise for gayness.
Yep. And that's the whole thing is you're going to force people to be for the gay stuff, but then you're going to get people in trouble for being against the gay stuff. So you're forcing one belief on somebody, but you're not going to allow somebody else to have their belief. So you're completely impeding on their, what I guess that would be First Amendment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever amendment they want to call it. And I'm happy as all get out that what's his name, that Attorney General is going after him. So because MLB has a problem with the gay stuff, so does the NFL, so does the NBA. The one sport that's not as bad is the NHL, but it's going around all the major sports. And I think this is going to ramp up even further as we go, because we know the NBA is horrible, the NFL is horrible, and the MLB, which is bad, but they're not quite as bad as the others, and they're the ones in the spotlight right now. So I'm going to take a wild guess that basketball, hockey, or football in the next few weeks will probably be right back in the news for something just like this, even though they're in the off season too.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it either. And I just thought
they got to take down the bread and circuses. That's what they need to do.
Bring
it down to a normal level. Well, the circus, the Romans, the circus is the circus for the people to keep them occupied and whatnot. That's what sports really are. So, I mean, they need to be taken down and shown for what they are. Sports are rigged, and they're used to keep people's attention away from what's really going on in the world, which I know that, which is why I can enjoy sports. So, but I didn't. I was one of those retarded sports people before, where I only cared about sports. I only cared about what was going on in baseball and football. But what did that cause? I didn't know or care about anything else going on in the world, the real world. So, I mean, that's the thing. Sports needs to be taken down at some point. And I don't mean all the way, but it needs to be shown for what it is. So,
entertainment versus sports.
Yeah, literally.
You know what I mean? And that is a big difference. Let me see. I'm going to play a little bit of this for you. Actually, you know what? Let me set this one up here for a second. And all right, you saw this the other day, but I just because I have to. I don't think I played it on our show here, but here we go. Who's the boss, Applesauce?
Hello, I'm the boss. How are you? Good, thank you. Okay.
Dude, G7. You know what I just remembered, bro? Let me see if I can find this. I think I have it in my Diggas. I'm pretty sure. I had a little clip of it in here, dude.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I have a little clip of it in here. This was back in G7 time as well. Let me see. I don't know if you remember what there it is.
Oh, wow.
That's a long time ago for anybody who doesn't remember that one. And what's that, dude? What is that exactly? What are we seeing there? Scotty Beer at the parade here, and then here we go. President Trump at the G7. Anybody in the crowd noticing what we're about to see here? What do we see?
The Q?
Oh, wait. Where's this guy's microphone? Where's everybody else's microphone? You, for sure. And he's looking up, dude. I mean...
Yeah.
So I just thought that was cute.
Nobody else. That's funny.
That was recent. Yeah, nobody else had anything in there at all. So, like, okay, well, what are we dealing with here? Oh, let's see. Whoa, there we go. Let's turn that off. So, wires. No. This one's got some wires, but they're just splayed out. No wires. Or maybe it was these that he spread out and made bigger. But that was definitely poignant that they did that for sure. Absolutely poignant. Let's see. All right, what else did I have? I had something interesting here for you as well. This one, dude, I didn't get a chance to cover it on the 16th, but SPLC boss funneled $1.2 million to lover in neo-Nazi group. Pair even had joint bank account. Dude, this again was director of the SPLC's intelligence project. SPLC officials accused of helping funnel $1.2 million in donor money to an informant to the National Alliance white supremacist group, who was also allegedly her lover. DOJ filed a superseding indictment against the SPLC, accusing it of funneling donor cash to hate groups they were then telling donors they were fighting. One figure, referred to as Employee 2, in the indictment described as a person who would become director of the SPLC's intelligence project. Former top SPLC Heidi Berich is believed to be employee number 2 in the federal indictment against the bloated anti-hate nonprofit. It also describes how Employee 2 wrote an article based on material stolen from National Alliance headquarters in 2014 and paid off an informant to take blame for the robbery. Based on the details of the June 2nd superseding indictment, Employee 2 is believed to be Heidi Berich, 58-year-old fascism expert who was the director of intelligence at the Alabama-based anti-extremism nonprofit between 2012 and 2019. Like, dude, how screwed up is our world that we have... She was the director of intelligence at an anti-extremism nonprofit, but then she's getting wrapped up in this stuff of making up hate crimes and furthering dissent in the United States through basically fake hate crimes. I mean, dude, this is just... I'm in like... I'm shaking my head in disbelief here because it's so friggin'... It's so crazy to see the things that we've seen these last few years.
Yeah, this is crazy. It doesn't surprise me though. Well, I don't remember the exact wording is, but the amount of racism in the U.S. was at a like all-time low before Obama came into office. And then Obama comes in, and you think, oh, that's going to be the perfect thing to get everybody, celebrating together. And what has happened since then? As we've gotten to a point where we're literally paying people who are on the I'll just use racism. How about that? Anti-racist groups. So it's an anti-racist group, and the lady who's running it is a racist and paying people to be racist and cause problems, and then also pay people to cover up the crimes that she's doing as well. And they're literally, how's the wording I'm looking for? They're paying people to cause race problems, even though they are part of an anti-race or whatever you want to call them exactly, but it's really race group. It's the exact opposite of everything they've ever told us they are, just like everything else. This is one of those you must show them situations. And I think the SPLC is the perfect one to show that racism is a created thing. And it's put into the minds of the children or whoever these people are, the crazy people, and they believe it. So they get people angry, and look what it's done to us.
Now, dude, I muted this so we're not listening to "This is the end, my only friend, the end," and that way I don't have to cut it out of YouTube later on. But my Monday night co-host Machiavelli made this video of 2 minutes the other day, dude. So as we kind of go here, the end will work out well in the end, right? And so he said a lot of end comms coming lately. Every journey has an end. Dan Scavino. President Trump, the beginning of the end. A lot of this talk, dude, they'd be having, beginning of the end. Epic Fury will be at an end.
Rally to end all rallies, yep.
Rally to end all rallies. But in the end, I mean, dude, this is all like this month, too. Monitoring the situation. Good morning. Trust the plan. We're getting a lot of different confirmations from different places inside of our government as well. This was Summer Heat. Just wait for Summer Heat 2.0. We will put you down. Even cash. The end. Policemen's Benevolent Association. President Trump. It's about to go down. People have no choice. They have no choice. President Trump holds all the cards. Just sit back. We'll do well in the end. I mean, dude, how many of these posts, like, just in June of this year, June 6th?
I would say maybe we're getting close to the end.
Something's coming, dude, because it's there's so many of these. Panickin's got real quiet. Fully matured. Starting in, look at, spanning roughly 10 years in 2016. Alleged conspiracies described by proponents as an ongoing effort spanning roughly 10 years, starting in 2016. And remember, dude, how many times can we do this? Let me see. Let's see. 2. I know that works. How many posts? 28. What's there it is, Bing. That's my favorite one right here.
That's what I start my shows with too. The link is the link goes to the Trump speech.
Our movement.
Yes, that one. Correct.
Is about replacing. So this is the one where he says our movement is about replacing the blah 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 blah. That's such a great speech, too. I love that.
A failed political establishment. Yep.
But if we also are taking stock in what they're telling us here, note the past 2 years. Well, this was 2019, and we know that the team started dropping in 2017. So that's exactly correct. 2 years before 2019. Well, next 6 years, you would note the next 6 years after this would be 2015, right? You'd be told what would happen. You were told what battles we face. 6 years.
You mean 25.
25, yeah. Wait, did I just say 26? Yeah, I meant to say 25.
No, you said 20. You said 15.
Oh God. Oh boy. But yeah. So is this stuff all done, and we're watching a rollout of things? You know, I don't know how things are laid out on the other side there. But again, when I go and I see President Trump, like where was that one where he came in and said, "I'm the boss"? Did you see? Did you see the look on his face? Did he happen to look like he was all sorts of, and I probably don't even have it up here, but when he says, "I'm the boss," he's like glowing. He's like happy, right? And we have all these different things happening out there with, Iran and Venezuela and all these different things, but he doesn't seem to be stressed out to me. How about you?
No, he's definitely not. Actually, here, go back to the drop number. There's something in there you might not have noticed before.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, that one here. So July 9th, number one, when you hear, look at you don't got to pull the drop up because I'm going to just talk it through. Drop number 4904, which tells you all three movies are playing simultaneously. Inside that picture is labeled July 9th. So all three movies playing simultaneously. So think of the next 6 years leading to 2025 from 2019, right? So we're in a time span where it's the end of Trump's term, all of Biden's term, and then back to Trump. So with that said, you have all three movies playing simultaneously. Now look at the timestamp. 12/46/46. So we're going to read this a different way. 46 representing Joe Biden, who was fake Joe Biden inside those this 6 year span, who is part of the movie we're talking about. And then the 12, okay? Read that backwards, you get 21. When did number 46 go into office but 2021? 2021, number 46, all three movies playing simultaneously. Note the past two and then the next six. 2, 6. What year are we in? 26, 1 year after 25. I think we're at the right part of the movie. I think we went through all three movies playing simultaneously from the end of Trump to now. And now we're seeing, because that was the you must show them part. And now Trump's back to start dropping the hammer on all the different aspects that we saw. That's kind of how I feel. And this drop kind of lays it out with just the numbers and the way I see things and how they come together.
I like it. All right, I like it. You think you can give me a minute or so? I'm gonna go grab myself another. I got cold chilled water. I just got to fill up my little diamond cup here.
Absolutely.
You want to say hello to folks for a minute or two?
Yep. Number one, everybody out there, please do smack that red pill and or that thumbs up. Let's see, where am I sitting on my side? Let's see, we got 78 and 380, so 450 roughly on my side. I'm going to jump over to Space Shot real quick. We're going to check our numbers out. Space Shot's got 932 on the Rumble side. Let's see what he has on the Pilled side. So he's going to have over 1,000. So welcoming everybody. Please do make sure you jump over maybe to my side too. Just smack that red pill and or that thumbs up. So you got 84. You got over 1,000 on your side. I got 400 on my side. We have roughly 1,500 people in the house in total. So welcome in everybody. I hope you're having a happy Father's Day for all you fathers out there. And this is fun. And by the way, again, one more time, I'll say this as well. Yesterday's show for me personally, the Knights Templar show, 3+ hours at the start of the show is all my connections and the decodes from the Templars to Q to Trump and all that stuff as well. So make sure you guys go check that out yesterday, chapter 12 of the Templars. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. All right, let's see. What is up? Trace 1010, Frog Dog 13, Kimba's in the house. What's up, Janetto? Sandoon, Barb Naylor's also here. Actually, you know what? That name, I have a thank you to say coming from my phone, actually, and I know I'll forget this. Let's see, what is this from? Oh, Frog Dog 13, actually. You put your name in here. Awesome sauce. Thank you very much for, is it the Venmo? What is this? Is either Venmo or Cash App. My text didn't tell me. Which one is this? Venmo. Awesome. All right, there we go. Frog Dog 13. Thank you very much for that Venmo. I did hear my phone go off, and I do not want to forget that. Welcome in, Dot Matrix. Welcome in. Good to see you. What's up, Extra Alien? See you in Arizona's in the house. What's up, Carol Chick 63? Welcome in. What's up, a friend indeed? What's up, P-Quest? Ronald Witt's double dipping. Welcome in. Good to see you, good sir. What's up, Charlie Wilco 360? Michelle is also here. What's up, Chris Schaus? U45NI. I don't know how to say that, but welcome in. Good to see you. What's up, Sandoon? What's up, Carrie Man? NC Cheney's also in the house. Welcome in. Good to see you, brother. What's up, Chesh? Keck MM8's in the house as well. Good seeing you out there. There you are. I was about to jump over to your chat and say some hellos to your chat. Let's see. What's up on your chat? Foxtrot 75. Met Woes. I don't know how to say that. Rebecca Jordan. Ms. Page. What's up, Bamlo? Barb Rocks. Tina Anon. 17 Raccoons. And what's up over there on the space shot side?
What's up, y'all? Yeah, I grabbed another Unamate.
Nice. I always got mine sitting right here.
I'm doubling it up on the Unamate, and then I'm waiting for Tron to raid us, and then we can do a Rumble wallet.
Nice.
But no, it's funny. Dude, I absolutely love that UFC event so much, dude. And I think it was an instant classic last week. I don't think we didn't get to do a show because that was our show we did Sunday, and then that was Sunday evening. But how did you enjoy it?
Oh, I had a blast watching it. That was literally the first full UFC event I've watched in probably 5+ years. I've watched fights, but I've never sat and watched an entire event at all in at least 5 years. And I watched that entire thing and I loved it. So
yeah, it was so good, dude. And the main event happening the way it did was such a friggin' such a great thing. And I really didn't like the dude Justin beat because he was so over the top cocky. He's like, I'm going to put Justin to sleep within 2 minutes. And dude, he went for it, dude. And that's why I think he ended up losing, is because he did everything he could to just go and And, like, he blew his wad, essentially, is what happened.
Yeah.
And he hit Justin with some body shots, dude, that I don't think people understand. Like, I don't think people understand how bad some of these things can hurt. Like, you ever seen a liver shot? A liver shot. And so he got hit with like 4 or 5 liver shots. Actually, you know what? Actually, I happen to find a little clip of it. So don't worry, guys. I'm not going to turn this into a UFC show here, but I just wanted people to understand, like, this is how bad it can get, right? Like, this is only a 10-second clip, but watch how much Ilya here is throwing everything into this shot. And watch when he hits this left body shot, how much he's throwing everything into it. And this is why he ended up losing the fight, because he swung so hard that he gassed himself out. Ready?
He's trying to tuck the elbows. Oh, my goodness. KG bloody batter, firing back. The proceed. Goes down. Oh, he hurt him with that liver shot. KG's trying to tuck the elbows. Oh, my goodness.
Look at how hard the shot that was.
KG bloody batter, firing back. The proceed.
Like, dude, just so people know, when you get hit, when he gets hit with not this shot right here, this body shot right here, when he gets hit right in the liver, people don't understand what that feels like. And thankfully, I don't either. I've never been hit with a body shot, but I've heard multiple fighters describe what it's like, and it says you feel like you're dying.
It says you feel like you're being stabbed.
Yeah, you feel like you're dying, and what happens is, they said Ilya made a mistake here, because when Justin went down, he followed him to the ground. And all he needed to do was stand above him and just throw maybe 5 or 6 punches. Because when you get hit with a body shot, your elbows and your brain essentially takes over your body, and your elbows get stuck to your body. And you cannot put your hand up to protect your head. And so therefore, all the guy needs to do is stand above him and just punch him a few times, and the referee would have stopped the fight. But if you notice here, he jumped on him, and then he tried to, like, do a couple elbows and tried to, like, basically submit him. But they say when you get hit with a body shot like this one coming up right here, there's nothing you can do. And then, dude, Justin hit him with that knee right before the end of the last round. Justin knee. That's got to come up. I felt my own ribs crack watching this knee.
Lo lastimó el cuerpo.
And dude, we know what the worst part about this is? When he hit him with this knee, he follows up with like 4 or 5 solid punches to that same area. So watch this.
También conectó las suyas. También lo puso en peligro. Lo lastimó el cuerpo. Linda rodillita. Muy bien, muy precisa. Trabajo demoledor.
Sí, sí, entendimiento del deporte. Dijo que su madness era un madness controlado, una locura controlada, porque decían algunos que no tenía metodología. Nos dimos cuenta que sí fue, y aquí está el momento.
Dude, that was such an epic thing for our country, and we needed that little boost. And, you know, it's kind of like a microcosm of our country. You know, we took a beating for a while, and then we're kind of coming back, you know?
Yeah, no, that's literally what it feels like. And did I hear correctly that it was also the first UFC event ever that every single fight ended with a knockout?
Yeah. Everyone.
It didn't necessarily, everyone but the last one, though, because he technically got past the round and the ref didn't let it go any further. He quit. So he didn't actually end in a knockout.
Yeah, it's technically a TKO, they'll call it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a technical knockout.
Technical. Yeah. Okay, that's why I didn't understand. I'm a boxing fan. I've been a boxing fan my whole life, so UFC's fun for me to watch. I prefer boxing over anything, but UFC is fun because, of course, they're using their entire body. So, also, I have apparently a happy birthday to say. I'm gonna hold off on the thank you, Barb, but I'm just gonna straight up let you know, happy birthday, Barb Naylor. It is Father's Day, yes, but it is also your birthday apparently. So happy birthday to you. Your name's Barb, so you're not a father. I know that, but it is your birthday. So I hope you have an incredible birthday, Barb, and I will get to the thank you as well later. But happy birthday to you.
That's funny. I'm trying to show. I wanted to show somebody something too because
Janetto says, "What a barbaric sport," with sport in the quotes. Hey, fighting is it's been around forever, and if you don't know how to fight, you can't protect yourself. So you can say it's a quote unquote sport, but if you don't know how to fight, you can't protect yourself. So I think it's a sport for sure. Yeah, right. Yeah. It might not be. Hey, fighting for a sport, it might not be smart, but I was younger at one point. I had fun fighting, so. Not a fan of it now because I'm getting older and I'm not as quick and all that, and I'm not going to heal so quickly. But I'll tell you what, back in the day, I'd throw down with anybody just for fun.
All right, I promise this will be the last UFC clip, but I wanted everybody to understand, like, these guys when they play around, like, so she's not overacting right here, and this guy's only going to give her like very, very, very small percentage of a power, and you can tell the way he does it. It's not like he's winding up or anything. When these guys, their feet, when they kick these bags and stuff, just imagine if you ever hit a punching bag for a long time, your knuckles calcify, you get stronger knuckles and stuff like that. So when you kick things over and over repeatedly, these people's feet, they get really strong, right? And I mean, just watch the level in which he kicks her and the response. And she's not overacting here either. Like, dude, he did nothing, and she was like super bruised and stuff the next day. And he's like, what the hell? This is nothing. Like, look, that was nothing.
You get someone in just the right spot, though. I'll tell you what.
So we'll get off of that. Okay.
But yeah, not to stay on that, but Joe Rogan. Have you ever seen Joe Rogan do his full kick into somebody? He'll slice you in. He'll slice you in two with his leg. It is unbelievable what he can do with his legs.
Well, he was showing George St. Pierre how to do kicks.
Yep, I remember hearing about that. Yep,
and he was. Let me see. Is the real problem? Okay, this is what I labeled this one. I labeled this one, and I do need to probably label my show notes a little better, but I labeled it quote, is the real problem, and then I'm quoting Aragachi. So that's supposed to be one of the, just so you guys know here, Foreign Minister, Islamic Republic of Iran. Oh, okay, I know what this is. Okay, ready? I know what this is. Is the real problem. And what did I say before, and I have been saying for a long time? It's never going to be enough for these people, right? Never going to be enough for these people. And just really quickly, thank you for the $2 super chat, MacGyver, and who did say, good afternoon, Patriots. So good afternoon to you, and I did get the one from William Joseph earlier, says following you from day one. Pilgrim's Progress. All right, so this is Aragachi. This is the foreign minister, okay? He comes out and he says, "This is not a rant by a random genocidal lunatic. It's a public post by the national security minister of the Israeli regime. The genocidal death cult headquartered in Tel Aviv is a threat to all of humanity. It threatens all humans. Its only interest is permanent war." And so here is his comment. Now remember, this is Aragachi saying, and I did look it up, and it's correct. He is the national security minister of Israel. And he says, "For every tear of an Israeli mother, 1,000 Lebanese mothers must weep. All of Lebanon must burn. With all due respect to the Americans, Israel must make it clear to the entire world that the blood of our sons and the security of our citizens are not forfeit. All of Lebanon must burn. Our supreme duty is to protect the citizens of Israel and the soldiers of the IDF, and this commitment takes precedence over every other consideration. I told the Prime Minister, even in our private meetings, for every tear of an Israeli mother, 1,000 Lebanese mothers must weep. Enough with the ping pong. In the Middle East, you don't win with measured responses and restraint. You need to go berserk, to obliterate, to crush the terror." So just so we're clear here, Matrix, that is This
pong,
individual
huh?
right here. Yeah, no more ping pong. We want to turn you into friggin' glass. This is, as we see right here, Itamar Ben-Gvir, Itamar Ben-Gvir, Minister of National Security, Chairman of Atzma Zehudit, married to Illa and father to 6 sweet children. Ben-Gvir.
Oh, I bet they are.
And yeah, little mini terrorist in training. I mean, what do those eyes tell you?
The mini hat terrorists in training.
Small hat crew, SMC.
Mm-hmm.
Small hat crew, baby. What do those eyes tell you, dude? That tells me that you better eat all your dinner. You're going straight to bed with no.
That, or it looks like he wants to turn you around and take your pants down and not tell a word to anybody. So
I know. I can't tell if he wants to date me or kill me.
Right. He looks like he wants to kill you and date you at the same damn time. He looked gay.
But that is a problem that this guy's out there saying essentially this. You know, he's saying, I've told the prime minister in our private meetings, every one tear, 1,000 Lebanese mothers must weep. It sounds like a little overkill, right?
Yeah, I would say somebody needs to take that and, of course, tag President Trump in it over and over and over and over, just so you can maybe get Trump to say something about it, which would be absolutely hilarious.
Right here. And again, dude, right? Space shot many moons ago. It will never be enough for them. We want to stop Iran from having nukes, and Israel wants to turn them into a parking lot. Right? And President Trump's been saying it. He's got a little pissed off here back on the 16th is saying, listen, there's too many people being killed. Like, maybe if Israel can't do it, maybe we do it, or maybe we have Syria do it. But, yeah. So, dude, this is like the public split, the public rift between, you know, Bibi and Trump, or President Trump and Bibi, and President Trump and Israel overall. I mean, they're going to keep pushing this stuff, right? They obviously keep they're continuing to push the envelope on this stuff. You know what I mean? And so I think that's where the split inevitably will happen.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
It's definitely where it's going. And Drop 916 is the one with the Israel for Last. And all the stuff I've been getting lately, all I can say is I'm wondering if in September something will happen with Israel. And I say that only because a lot of the comms I've been getting lately keeps on pointing to September 17th of all days. And 916 is the drop number for Israel. So it's just like, I keep putting that in my head, and I don't do date fagging anymore, but it just keeps on pointing in that direction. At least the comms do. So I just want to at least put that out there so people can hear me say that. Because if 916 and then September drops, September comms have been nonstop, and they connect with Israel. So just throwing that out there for people to know. I that's what I'm thinking is something in September being special. So
that's special.
But again, I don't date fag though. I throw it out there just in case.
Never know. You never know. Oh, I see people talking about drinking V8 in the chat. Very salty though. Very salty. I got me weed is good enough for me, somebody said in the chat. Well, coincidentally, I have a story to go along with that, Matrix. Did you hear about the Supreme Court came down with a ruling on marijuana? Well, in this case, it was marijuana.
No.
Yeah, you'll like this one. It's pretty cool. Let's see how loud we are.
Oh, this one, the gun thing. Yes, I did hear about this.
Decisions from the U.S. Supreme Court, including one high-profile case on gun rights. Let's get to Shannon Bream, who's got more on that opinion and some other decisions we're still waiting on that we might get today or not. Shannon, hello. Welcome to our program. Good morning.
All right. Great to be with you guys. Okay, so we have about 20 outstanding opinions, 8 that were on our watch list. We did get one this morning, and it's one of the gun cases. And it was whether or not you could go after someone who you discovered was a habitual drug user, in this case marijuana, and that disqualifies disqualify them from owning or possessing a gun. The court has got a unanimous opinion, essentially. There are all kinds of factions and concurrences, but nobody's dissenting here, saying that the prosecution of this individual or going after this individual based on his drug usage and gun ownership violates the Second Amendment. Now, it may be very fact-specific to this particular case, but that is the first of the gun cases. There's another one we're waiting on as well. So we may, often the court will pair up.
Decisions from the U.S. Supreme Court, including one high-profile.
What do you think of that, Matrix? You know, I got to agree to a certain extent. You know, do I want a habitual crack addict or a habitual heroin addict, you know, carrying a gun around? Probably not, right? But and do I want somebody, you know, smoking a joint and then going around and playing with guns? Of course not. But I feel like you should be able to. What is the old adage is shall not be infringed upon, right? It means that you cannot do anything to prohibit anybody from attaining a firearm, as far as I understand it.
Yeah, but that's where the line. This is a thin line, though. You can't. You can definitely be infringed if you're a past criminal and this, that, and the other. Like, I understand all that, and I understand what you said, like the crack or all the other crazy drugs. But just because of this very specific talk, we're talking about marijuana. What does marijuana do to you? Well, let's see this. If you're a habitual drinker, you're driving around running red lights and doing dumb stuff. And if you have a gun, you're probably going to do something stupid with it. We're talking about marijuana. If you're driving around, you're waiting for your stop sign to turn green, and it's not going to happen. With the gun, you're probably going to forget you even have it, and you're probably going to stare at it and do nothing with it because you're stoned. And marijuana, you can't overdose or anything like that as well. So, I mean, when it comes to the situation, I'm 100% with you. You can't infringe on them, but there are reasons I do believe you should, which would be people with past gun problems. You know, maybe those people should not own guns. But when it comes to the drug thing, yeah, it's hard to separate. But if it's marijuana specific, I mean, y'all know I'm a pothead and a half. So I'm all for it. I don't do anything stupid with my weapons or anything like that. They just sit here until they're needed. So yeah, I have no problem with this, and I'm glad that they're covering it the way they are, saying yes, there's no reason for marijuana to be a reason you can't have a gun. So because also in not my state, in Illinois, when they did this, when they were bringing up the marijuana being legal, if it's legal for recreational use, you're fine. But if you want a medical marijuana card, they take your guns away from you. Oh, but by the way, you can do it legally, though, where you don't need a medical marijuana card, and you can have a gun by doing that. Does that make sense? No, that's called government regulation. They should not be able to do that.
No, same here in Rhode Island. And so I think this Supreme Court case will have some bearing on that, which is they basically told you, in Rhode Island, you cannot be a drug user and also have a concealed carry. But again, we already had, what was it? New York Gun Club took some court. They went to Supreme Court and ended up going to the Supreme Court. And at the end of the day, it was about your right to be able to conceal carry. And previously, you would have to go to, in Rhode Island anyway, you would have to go to the Secretary of State's office and tell them, like, oh, well, I live in a really, scary area, or I carry around a lot of money for work. You have to give them essentially a reason for them to be able to give you a license to carry. And ever since this court case, it's changed to the point where you're supposed to now go to your local police department and tell them, I want a concealed carry, and now it is a shall issue, not a may issue. It's a shall issue. So when you go there, they have to give it to you essentially because of the Supreme Court ruling from the New York Gun Club. Because again, shall not be infringed upon means that we should be able to have any weapon that the government could have. So imagine that, like F-14 at your house, F-17, F-18. But that's what it is. We're supposed to be able to have any guns and weapons that the government should be able to have, because in case the government was to get too out of control and too crazy, that us, the people, could essentially cut down that cut down that government essentially, right?
Yeah. Now, real quick though, think about what we're talking about though. You're able to, okay, we all know alcohol is worse, but they want you, if you're a marijuana user, you need to get their permission to have a gun.
Mm-hmm.
But with alcohol, anybody that's 21 and older can go to any store that sells it and buy it with a gun on them. But that's okay. Like that's the disconnect that bugs me and has bugged me ever since I was a younger, basically started drinking. And I thought about this. I'm like, what the hell is the difference? The marijuana is literally, comparatively, what do you do on alcohol? You literally do dumb stuff, but they offer it to everybody on every freaking street corner, and they even have gun shops across from the freaking the drugstores. So it's like, what the hell is going on? It's again, this is like, I feel like as we move forward in the Great Awakening, it's part of the you must show them as well. Like as we move forward, look at how marijuana has gone since 2012 when it became legal in Colorado and Seattle or in Washington State. Like that blew my mind. And here we are 14 years later, my state is fully legal. There's pot shops everywhere around me. I can literally, just like alcohol, I can go out to a pot shop and buy whatever I want. So my question is, why do they still have laws that involve marijuana when it's legal in a lot of states, just like alcohol is? And marijuana is way, way less harsh on you in every way, shape, or form, too. So I'll get off my soapbox because when we're talking marijuana, I won't shut up. So,
well, I would much rather be in a car with somebody that, smoked 3 joints rather than somebody that drank 3 or 4 beers. Or let's do the equivalent of 3 or 4 joints would be, 6 or 7 or 8 beers, right? Yeah. You're much more able to control, but also you do have the people that I think when you first start smoking, some people shouldn't be driving and shouldn't be handling guns as well, because some people get a little too geeked out and can't control themselves. Yep. So there are certain guardrails to that, I guess you could say.
Well, it's just kind of like with drinking too. Think about this: when you first start drinking, what do? You have one beer or one drink and you're lit, you're doing stuff, you're having fun, you do crazy things. Same with marijuana. When you first start doing it, especially when I did it, I was 15 and a half. It was illegal back then. What would I was paranoid, freaked out. People were going to find out, yada, yada, yada. But here's the thing though. I didn't go out and do dumb stuff. Again, the difference between it. You do marijuana for the first time, don't handle a gun. Don't go driving. You have to figure out what it is it's going to do to you. You should never really do it anyway, but I've been doing it for 25 years. I know what it does to my body. I'll use this. I don't even drive right now, but I'll use this example, what I used to do. I used to drive around with a joint lit in the car, with one hit in my car, and smoking while I'm driving down the street and get lit while I did it. And I've never once got a ticket or got crashed or anything on it. I did wait for a few stop signs to turn green, but that was in the past. So I've done the stuff. And here's the thing. I've only ever been behind the wheel twice in my life while drinking. Once I got pulled over and got out of it. And the second time, actually I'd make it 3 times. The other 2 times, I almost died. So, that's the difference. I got pulled over and almost died twice. And then marijuana, I did it for years. Never once had a problem. And no, that's not advice for anybody. I'm just giving you life experiences for the comparison of alcohol to marijuana. Like I've been through it, been through the ringer with marijuana. And hey, I made it through just fine. But alcohol damn near killed me many times, not just in a vehicle.
Oh, yeah. I long time ago, I worked with this guy, Ron, and he was a big drinker and a big smoker at the same time. But I think I understand why, is because back in like the late 70s, him and his buddy were coming home from some house party or something, and they were driving, maybe half an hour or something away. And his buddy was driving, and his buddy was completely like obliviated drunk, and I guess they both were, right? But his buddy was, I guess, a little worse off than him, and I guess he said that they had to be home that day or whatever it was. They had to be home. So his buddy's like, dude, you need to drive. And he's like, dude, I'm shit-faced too. And he's like, yeah, you're not as bad as I am. And I guess they already almost went off the road a few times. And so he jumps in the car, Long story short, he ends up getting into an accident on the way home, and he watches his best friend take his last breath in front of him. So I think that would probably turn me into a drinker the rest of my life too, maybe. I would be feeling a certain sort of way. And it was his best friend too, growing up and watched him take his last breath. So unfortunately, Ron has passed away as well. He got hit by a car, hit by a truck up in Maine, crossing a road where somebody came by in like a pickup truck in a 2-lane road each way, and basically one car stopped and said, all right, yeah, you guys can go by. And then apparently the person in the far right lane didn't see them, and he got hit and the other kid got hit, but he ended up passing away. So yeah, lots of crazy stories we've heard and done when we used to be on the road. I told you that story one time on the air where my brother's best friend used to drive a tractor trailer as well, and they went to pull over to go help this car that rear-ended another tractor trailer. So this car ended up essentially in like a Miata or a short car, essentially went into that back bar of a tractor trailer. And he said he went over to like go help, and when he went over and looked in there, essentially the dude's head was cut off. I'm like, ooh, that would have been horrible to see. Absolutely horrendous to see. But yeah, we've heard some stories over the years for sure, bro. Some real crazy stories over the year. All right, this one's called "Surrender or Not Iran." This is my labels. Don't. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. How much of this is in English? Let me see. Not much. Okay. I'm gonna have to read it. Okay. So, this is a member of the Iranian parliament. We knocked the USA to the ground and had our foot on its chest, ready to finish the job. Then suddenly we went to the negotiating table, seeking a deal so that the USA could come and put its foot on our chest. This is Nabavian, member of parliament. Quote gets to the heart of the problem. A large segment of the Islamic Republic supporters believe they already defeated the United States. They believe the USA failed to stop Iran's nuclear program, failed to force regime change, and failed to break the regime through sanctions and pressure. From that perspective, negotiating with the United States is not a victory, it is a surrender. That is why the proposed Memorandum of Understanding faces serious internal resistance, and why any deal could still collapse. The Islamic Republic is not a normal state driven solely by strategic interests. At its core, it's a revolutionary movement shaped by ideological and often apocalyptic beliefs, with hostility towards the United States embedded in its identity. For many of its most loyal supporters, compromise with the USA is not diplomacy, it is betrayal. So that's the interesting part here. It says, sounded the alarm over the newly formulated MOU, warning that it is more damaging than previous drafts and contains even greater Iranian concessions. After reviewing the text of the agreement, I must say that compared to the previous two versions, it's even more damaging, and Iran's concessions and threats have become even greater. And
you
so,
mean retreats.
What'd I say? Yeah, retreats.
You said threats.
Threats. Oh boy. Concessions have been treated. So yeah, they're not liking this, and we're gonna. The way the kid Shia is pissing on Khomeini's corpse in the freezer, we haven't been able to go to Khomeini's grave for 35 years. Everything Khomeini busted his ass for over 37 years. The Shia are shitting their pants in fear and giving up. The Shia. So, dude, that's what a lot of people don't seem to understand is you have a few different regimes that are inside of Iran that have differing opinions on what on what success would be or what an agreement with the United States would mean, right? And so for these guys, these are the religious clerics, right? The IRGC, the fanaticals. These are not the people that are the heart and soul of Iran. And remember, we've shown videos of Iran in the 50s and 60s and stuff, and they look very similar to the United States. They didn't have to cover their faces. They were free and open. And then you had these clowns come in, and they essentially took it over. And so you have the group of people that want to get along with the rest of the world inside of Iran. And then you have these crazy SOBs who don't want to make peace with anybody, and they want to have hostilities going all over the place. But I'm also wondering too, Matrix, like, what do you think about, Iran being like the last bastion or the last, the last big boss, right? Like, I think that the deep state is using, and I honestly don't think it's just like, oh, it's the Iranians and the IRGC. I think it's the Iranians, the IRGC, with a bunch of our deep state cohorts that are over there telling them, like, no, we're gonna do this, right? Kind of like that is going over in Ukraine right now. How they don't want that war to stop either. They're trying to keep it going over here, and I think it's like the last bastion of the deep state's holdout, or like the final boss. I mean, how are you looking at that?
Yeah, how do I say this correctly? I don't. This might not be the right words, but I think Iran, the way you're describing it, I think is kind of the way it was set up to be thought as a cover as the big bad last boss. I'm thinking more the combination of Israel, Lloyd's of London, and the UK. That trio of working together is probably the actual final boss, with Iran being the cover for it being the final boss. And I say that because the Strait of Hormuz thing was run by Lloyd's of London, and that's how they got all the shipping stuff done. And the Iran war, how it connects directly to Israel, how Israel was created by the Rothschilds in the UK, and the combination of those three, and how we put together that Iran kind of means Israel. Like the whole war there is all about, it's going to end up being about Israel. So again, I think Iran, yes, it's a real thing, but as the last big boss, I think that's what they want us to think, literally. So I would say the combo, like I said, of Lloyd's of London, who we've been taking down, Israel, we see that's falling apart now, and of course the king, we already had him in checkmate. So that's kind of where I feel about it. But I do agree with you, but I think that's what they want us to see.
Yeah, and I think that's it, because where else are they gonna? What else are they gonna say after this? Like, I think it's even said in the drops. Any other rogue nations out there that we have to deal with? And I can't think of any other than a certain country for last.
Yeah, and because North Korea used to be that rogue nation, and that was taken care of back in 18 or 19, whenever Trump walked across the line. So
something along those lines. And thank you to Tronanon for rating the stream over here, brother. And Matrix, are you ready for a quick Rumble wallet?
If I get 41 more people over here.
Uh-oh. Let's see.
Let me see. Let me see if I have it available first. And I might be lying. Let me see. I had one last night. Let me see if I still have one.
I might be lying. You got 4.
Actually, you know what? I don't have the special one you do.
Oh no!
For the extra. So with that, here, let me do a full refresh. Then I'll just refresh.
All right. How about this? Let's see if we can do like this. This would be helpful.
Oh, it's gone.
Let's see. All right. Anybody in my chat right now for the next 20 minutes or so, or for the next 5 minutes, if your screen name starts with a C, please go over to Matrix chat right here. Let's see if that's enough. I put the link in the Rumble chat. Anybody that your screen name starts with A, B, C, or D, head over to Matrix's chat. A, B, C, D. If your screen name starts with A, B, C, or D, that's you, Chris Schaus. That's you, Bliss. That's you, Carrie Cameron. That's you, Ascending Proof. Angel Wings. A few more people. Let me know when you hit that 500. Should only be a few.
I'm also refreshing to see if it's the 500 boys going to pop up. Because if it doesn't pop up, then we don't got to worry about it. How they work, so when those ones for the 500 people pop up, you do so many of them, and then they don't pop back up for a few days. And I did one last night after you rated me, and it's now not popping up. So I don't think I have one for today. So just do me a favor, tell me which one it is you're doing, and we'll just do it for you.
Okay. Well, I don't know if it'd be the same as yours or not, but it's
Wallet
just says,
Premium
just says Rumble Wallet. Yeah, I got one that says Rumble Wallet.
Yep, that's it. Go ahead. Yep,
right.
I'll hit it.
And
you go ahead and do it.
Holy shnikes. All right. All right, guys and girls, we hear a lot about crypto, but here's the part most people miss. Crypto was created so you could actually own and control your own money. And after the 2008 financial crisis, Bitcoin was designed as an alternative to banks. So instead of a bank holding your money, delaying transfers, or limiting access, you're the one in control. And if you ever had to wait for a transfer to clear, you felt that problem too. Now fast forward to today. Everybody's heard of crypto, but getting started still feels complicated. That's exactly why I use Rumble Wallet. It takes all that complexity and makes it simple. Choose what you want: Bitcoin, dollar-backed stablecoins, or even digital gold backed by real gold. No complicated setup. It connects with MoonPay, so you can use your credit card, debit card, or bank and be up and running in minutes. Once you're set up, you can even support your favorite Rumble creators like Matrix or me directly. So do this now. Scan the QR code and click the link in the description and download Rumble Wallet. From there, you can set up your wallet, tap buy, and you're in the game. In just a few minutes, you can go from hearing about crypto to actually owning some. Boom. Bing, bing. Boom. All right. We appreciate you guys giving us a moment to do that. Now, Matrix, I think it's worth taking a minute to show folks this, and you'll see what I mean here in a minute, because from time to time we get a few questions, and then I'll notice some folks out there will be like, "Oh, but where's this and where's that?" and just so everybody understands here, let me just do this to my content. Here we go. So here's the Matrix show, and of course, because I'm using the Rumble, I'm using Brave, it always puts the video way up top for a while. All right, so when we say, guys, the description box below, this is the live chat. You also have chat down here that you can click into. That will be, see, Chris Schaus already added it to the regular chat. You have live chat here. Regular chat for after the show is not live anymore, but this is the description box here with all the links and stuff like that. So that's the description box there. And Matrix, one more thing I wanted to show the folks is this one, because I had a few people ask me the other day about Michael Jackson versus Michael Chandler. What the hell? The hell is that? AI. That's got to be AI. All right. So I also wanted to show folks this as well, which is people were asking me the other day about transcripts. And so they said, "Oh, can you add in your transcripts to the video?" And I was like, well, in YouTube, and I know Pilled has it as well, you can go in there, but for YouTube you need to expand the description box and then go down below, and for some reason maybe it's not there till after the show is ended. The transcript will be here when the show is ended, and then you can actually click onto it and you can actually search for keywords. So if you ever needed to look through a show, you can actually search through there as well. So I just wanted to make those points. And again, this is for this is the description box for YouTube here, guys. So right here, you have to go into here and click more, and this is all the description box down here. This is just for a few folks that probably didn't understand where it was, Matrix, and where some of the things were inside of YouTube and on Rumble as well. And dude, that's a key feature. If you're ever looking for certain things, it's really helpful to kind of just open it up and look for a keyword for, let's say, like this guy here. And I recommend, dude, I don't know if you've been watching any of this guy's videos, but I like this guy because he seems to put an even keeled answer to what's going on out here. He's not kind of grandiose in any way on either side, essentially. But again, I think this video is over. We can go into here. Oh God, and it's not showing me. Where the hell is it? Oh, here we go. Transcript. Yep. Bink. All right, so I don't know if he's going to talk about Aragachi. Let's see if he talks about Aragachi here, if it comes up. Let's see. I know he's going to mention Iran. So anytime he mentions any of the words that are in here, and you can do this on Pilled as well, this will show you any of the words. And so I am Manatusi. I think he starts off with that in the very beginning. Ooh. So very key, though, if anybody needs to look through anything. And when we had Ghost and Mike on last week, they were dropping little nuggets left and right. So definitely worth looking into. some of the things that they were saying as well. All right, let's get back into some of the show stuff here.
So I did hit 500 all of a sudden, and I'm just for proof for myself. I'm gonna double check it. I'm gonna make sure I'm correct. Did it show up? Nope. I was right. We did it correctly. So thank you guys very much for popping over and getting me over 500 over here. But like I said, it didn't show up before I got 500, so it wasn't going to show up. So I'd used mine up yesterday. All good, though. Thank you guys very much. I see you guys hopping in the chat.
Let me see. There we go. I thought she was already. I'm just trying to mod somebody over here on Pilled. Block user. Wait, here we go. Make mod. There we go. Gigi be working it. There's a mod over there on Pilled. Thank you very much over there, Gigi. And dude, it took me a while to figure out the friggin' to figure out that screen name. I couldn't figure it out for the life of me. Gigi.
Oh,
Gigi. Yeah, BWRKNIT. I'm like, what is? Okay, Gigi be working it. Got it. Oh, and I see somebody. I see Jay is responding to Red Pill 78, which he may have jumped into the chat a little while ago, and they was telling him Happy Father's Day. So yes, Happy Father's Day to all the Fajes that are out there, and thank you to Tron who rated us over here, and then GK Mac who rated us over on Pilled as well. So thank you for all the raids out there. We do greatly appreciate those. Dude, what do you think? You want to see something funny? What do you think the funding between Space Force and the high-speed rail is?
Oh boy, I know the high-speed rail is high as all hell, but I don't know what Space Force is. So tell me.
Comparing the California high-speed rail to Elon Musk's SpaceX, this is how criminally inefficient California's bureaucracy has become. The California High-Speed Rail Authority is 6 years older than SpaceX. Total private funding for SpaceX was $12 billion, whereas California's high-speed rail is projected to cost $231 billion by the time it's completed, 2,000% more funding than SpaceX had. In the same amount of time, California has laid 0 miles of high-speed rails, where SpaceX has developed a reusable rocket, delivered astronauts and saved astronauts from the International Space Station, and as of today has a $2.5 trillion market cap. Elon Musk will literally have been able to send people to Mars at a fraction of the cost and at a fraction of the amount of time it has taken Gavin Newsom just to send Californians up the coast. Dude.
I mean, it's a great line, but I mean, we ain't send nobody to the damn moon or Mars. But I mean, it's a good story though.
SpaceX. Did you get yourself any SpaceX stock price? Apparently, it's going up and down, up and down, up and down.
No, I own. How many stocks I own is in the negatives because it's 0, and how much Bitcoin or any of that crypto is 0. But I do have physical silver though. So how about that?
Yeah, I wish I had more than I did. And I just wish that I had more money to invest when I was telling everybody to invest in silver and gold back when it was, $1,700 for gold and $17 to $19 for silver. But yeah, the SpaceX stock apparently opened at 135. It went up to, I think, about a high of 222, and it's resting at about a 185 right now. So, but they're saying there could be some movement in the next couple of weeks as they kind of wind down the opening IPO phase. But they don't think it's gonna be moving too much. I think this is a long hold. You want to hold on to it for a long time, would be my guess.
Yeah. And that's how I feel with silver and gold anyway, honestly. I mean, it's not something you buy just to flip, you're buying it for the long hauls. That way you can hold it for maybe your kids or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I look at the stock market as one of the things where you just throw it around and mess with it or whatever. So I don't know. I'm not one of those type of people. So.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, I may be a numbers guy, but I don't mess with the stock market or none of that stuff. Nope. I know it's a game.
Going around stating being arrested. trying to look at something. Photos of drawing.
Don't stop believing. Said I sold gold at $500 to buy baby furniture in 2006. Ugh. I feel you though, because I got rid of 700 ounces of silver about 5 years ago. That was worth like $23 an ounce, which is now, well, now it's only 60 something, but still, it's a lot of money I lost too. But
yeah,
hey, real life happens. So
yeah,
the Trump administration cracking down on administration.
What do you think, dude?
That was awesome.
They added in a little GTA thing to it.
Yeah, it was awesome as hell. I love it.
Dude, how much fraud is coming out there? It is just, I mean, dude, I can't turn on the computer without seeing 10 cases of some form of fraud being exposed at like every turn.
Yeah, and you guys thought Minnesota was bad? You thought those pirates were bad? Oh, just wait for the gay people. Oh, boy.
Just wait for the gays. Oh, wait, did I have one more on Iran? I did.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have called them gays. I meant fags because I didn't know if they were gay or not.
They're not gays and they're not fags. No, we actually already did this one. We already did this one, Mike. Yeah, you're a gay fag.
Yeah.
Let's see. Texas elections. More, dude. There's more. David Harris, 6 Texas officials, not just regular folks, but officials, have been indicted on voter fraud charges, including a Democrat judge and city council members. So, dude, the more I look at this, the more fraud I keep seeing being exposed at levels I've never seen before. Like, I've not seen anything even close to what we're seeing in these last many years, dude.
No, and I think where we think we are in this movement, we're in the D class phase and all that stuff too. I think what's coming out with it though is how do I say this right? These people here, right? These are lower level people. So what we're seeing is the cleanup job. How I look at things is a lot of the big players were taken out, right? And as we've gone through this movie over the past 6+ years, like we saw in the drop earlier, things had to play out. Now we're at the phase where people are actually starting to get in trouble. Also the showing phase, the D class phase, and bringing you these 5 people. Guess who they all are? Democrats. Again, part of D class, part of showing people they are the problem. That's where I feel it is. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So, but you're right. Fraud is everywhere. As soon as I click on X or any other site, one of the first things I always see is fraud instantly. So it's a good thing though, because they're showing people.
Wow. Let me see if this is English here. Hold on. I gotta see if this is English.
Establish a security zone.
Oh God, dude, this is so bad, bro. This is so bad. Again, dude, it's never, I keep saying it, it's never gonna be enough, bro.
Oh yeah.
We establish a security zone in Gaza. We establish a security zone in Syria. We establish a security zone in Lebanon, and we shall keep it as long as is necessary to protect our people. Against us, we establish a.
So, is this dude even alive, dude? Is this even him? Like, how could we even tell nowadays? How could we even be for certain this guy's alive right now?
Well, let me say this. I know one of the things you picked up on is sometime in the last year or so, he was swapped out possibly. I personally think that back in 2019 or 18, maybe even 2020, somewhere in that range, there was another time when we think that he was swapped out too. So not knowing when exactly it happened, I do not think this is Netanyahu. This is either 2.0 or 3.0. So regardless, I'm going to go back to what I always say. We're watching a movie. We're watching it play out because I don't think that's the real Netanyahu. So, again, take for what you will, but he did have 6 fingers and suddenly came back with 5. So,
he came back with 5. Well, let's see. BB. See if I can pull this one up quick. Starventi. Okay, whatever. Where is he? That was a coffee shop, right?
Yep, Correctamundo. That's the 6-finger one. Or no, that's the one where he comes back with 5 fingers is the coffee shop. The 6-finger one was the one before, I think.
Oh my God, from his mouth. Oh, I wasn't looking for this, but okay. I wasn't looking for this. And dude, we've already had this proven, I think, numerous times out there. Listen to this.
Oh yeah, I like this one.
All right, this is confidential and cannot be leaked, okay? We have neighbors here, sworn enemies. I'm constantly passing them messages. I confuse them, mislead them, I lie to them, and then hit them over their heads. Yeah, okay.
Question: Do we know when this conversation right here you're looking at was?
It appears to be older. I would say at least a few years, at the very least.
Because I'm only asking because 2 things. One, if this is the real Netanyahu, this is the bomb of all bombs. If this is not the real Netanyahu, we're seeing the white hat operation make it to where it's the bomb of all bombs. You see what I mean? It's like no matter what, either way you look at it, whether it's the real one or not, it's set up perfectly to give us this information. So,
yeah, and his face definitely looks a little pudgier there than I remember.
Oh, it does.
Dude, what do you think of that, bro?
The public blames.
Dude, did you happen to hear chainsaws a second ago?
No.
All right, let me hear your comments on this one, or anything, because I need to stick my head out the window, because I just saw from the side, I see a bunch of police out here, and I hear chainsaws going like crazy. I see about 3 cop cars with lights on, and there's a chainsaw going. Let me just...
All right, yeah, you're good. Go for it.
15 seconds to peek my head out the window here.
Yep.
I'm surprised you guys can't hear that chainsaw is going right now. It's going like crazy.
No, I have headphones on. I can't hear a thing. Your sound's isolated. I can't hear a thing. But while he's doing that, everybody, smack that red pill. Smack that thumbs up. Welcome in, everybody. What do you mean, Trisha E? Where did I go?
Bro.
I don't know either. I can't hear anything.
It's like the jaws of life or something. All I can see is my neighbor. They have a porch, and there's like a fireman behind there, and they're chainsawing something. And I can't see what it is. It couldn't have been an accident in that area because it's like the side of somebody's house. But I don't know. There's like 3 cop cars around. They're blocking the street. There's a hose going across the road, and I just keep hearing, run, like crazy.
Wow.
I thought it was like landscapers out here. I'm like, what the frig? What the hell's going on out here, bro? This is getting wild.
Wow. Okay, so as far as this goes, though, I just put it out there as far as, again, same stuff. Getting this information out to the public, especially when Israel comes into play.
I apologize, dude. I friggin' muted the damn tab. Come on.
I see it doing it. That's funny.
Mute. Mute, unmute tab. So the tab's supposed to be muted, as you see. Unmute and then mute site. Dude, what? Tell me my computer's not friggin'.
I know. And dude, think about what's happening with my mic too. It's the same thing.
My computer's got a ghost in it. Dude, I literally I got it on both settings right here. Right here. Look at unmute tab, which means it's muted. Unmute site.
I know why. Get off of this. Get this thing out your way.
Which thing?
Get. Yeah, there. See your little what you use for your volume booster. Yeah. I bet you that's doing it. That's doing it. Turn it off now. Try it. Told you. Told you. So it overrides your site. I figured. And what's funny is that little button you have is what I think causes my volume to get messed up on my thing. I think somehow inside Zoom, you using that, it's last week when you clicked it, my mic instantly detached from Zoom. So I don't know how, but I think it somehow, some way messes with my mic. So
that's funny. Well, let's see some fingers here if we can. Hi. Oh, shalom. Oh, I'm just in a coffee shop here. No big deal. And dude, to me, it was just so
I got
weird.
5. Look at his face. Look how skinny it is compared to the one we just saw.
And how yellow or orange it is.
Yeah, well, they can do that. They do that to Trump though too. All you gotta do is mess with the little setting, like the warmth or whatever. It'll instantly make it more orange.
You can see how much shadowing it is, because it would imply like a serious bright light is like following him, like very close to him. You know what I mean? Like, look at the shadow there. That would mean there's a heavy bright light right here, which, you know, maybe it's the lights above. I don't know, but this whole video is just very weird. And then remember the video that came out after this one where he was out on like the countryside with the people having coffees and stuff? And I'm like,
yeah.
Wait, this is like literally probably one of the most wanted guys in the world by any Muslim out there, right? And he's out in the wide open like, oh yeah, we're just checking out some coffee spots. What a beautiful scenery out here. And it's like, wait, aren't people trying to kill you?
Yeah.
And then somebody else noticed too something about when he put his hand in here. I actually did a slowdown video of it because it looks really weird. Let me see, when does he go put his hand in here, right? All right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to super slow-mo this baby down here. 0.25 speed. So when he puts his hand in, it almost looks like he puts his hand in to a certain extent, and then the jacket kind of folds over his hand weird. I had to zoom in like really slow to do it. See that?
Yes, I did. That did not look natural.
So his hand's right there, and then he puts his hand, and then all of a sudden it goes... Whoosh.
Yeah, it slides over. That... What the?
That's totally normal, bro. Yeah, we see this type of stuff all the time.
No, that's totally AI CGI shit there. That's what that is. Even the pocket lights up a different color, too. It even lights up a squared color when it does that. Watch it really close. You can see the whole thing light up. The color lights up. There's a square to it. Holy crap, man.
Yeah,
I did not notice that the first few times.
Yeah, it's like, how does this whole area decide it wants to slide over this way all by itself while this hand's not moving either?
That, yep.
Again, you know, we're the weirdos out here for pointing out things that don't seem to make sense, you know? We're the ones that the labels.
You conspiracy theorists are crazy.
Let's see. Bye, Sherry. Yeah, we can say fake and gay. Yeah, it's super bad. Play it backwards and see what it says. You can't play that backwards. Tiny guy. Yeah, and dude, this, you know, so orange and so weird. But I don't remember really, to be honest with you, why. Was there a thing out there like he's dead or something? I forgot to make this because why did it come out?
You brought up a while back that there was maybe it wasn't you. I'll just say this. I heard a story a while back. What was it? There was an attack that happened in Israel that apparently had hit where Netanyahu was hiding at.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And that's what the situation was. And so kind of like what I told you before the show was last night, I heard a thing that Vladimir Zelensky was taken out last night by the Russians in a specialized attack where Zelensky was hiding. And it's exactly the same story as I heard about Netanyahu when I heard about it from either you or somebody else, you know, in the last few months. Almost identical story. And I told you before the show, I didn't want to necessarily bring it up unless I knew something was behind it, but that's what I saw on last night on X. So again, back to your Netanyahu, it was the same type of story that I had heard, that there was some kind of attack where he was at and he was taken out. Then we didn't hear from him for like a week or two or whatever. And then suddenly he pops back up with the 6-fingered video. I think that's the order in which it happened.
I think you are absolutely right. The 6-finger discount.
Yeah. Yep.
The 6-finger discount. So, dude, did you see any weird things on Foxcoms this week? Any decodes? Any weird stuff at all?
I don't have anything as far as presenting goes, but they had one hell of a week. I've been so into my Templar stuff that I haven't made an actual decode for anybody in probably 2 weeks or more. So as far as me showing, no. But let me just say this, Fox was killing me this week. They were blowing me up. They were hitting all stuff all week long. But because of the Templar stuff, I don't have anything to officially show you, sadly.
Really? Okay.
Yep. I've been that focused on the Templars, so.
All right. I'm gonna pose you guys a weird scenario here. Okay. Let's say you were out in your backyard, okay, and you had you and your buddies were shooting like a BB gun or something, right? And you see a drone come over your property, and it just starts hovering over your property, and it has no markers on it whatsoever, and it seems like it's watching you, and it's hovering like right above you. What would you do?
Are you asking me to?
Yeah.
Only because I live in a neighborhood and because the airplanes go directly over my house within like a stone's throw. I wouldn't do this, but if I lived in the country, I'd be pulling my shotgun out and blowing that bitch up.
Yeah, probably the same as what I would do, especially with a BB gun. So check this out. Of course, we're gonna. So, man arrested for allegedly firing at Lee County Sheriff's Office drone in Lehigh Acres. I don't know that he actually shot it. It looked like he just pointed it at it. But it's a BB gun here.
Yeah, it's a BB gun.
Let's unmute
You
that.
got that. No. Oh, yeah. It's on video. Yeah. He sees it, yeah. Take that out of your pocket? Yep. Get rid of that?
Getting arrested.
Well,
I don't think he even shot it, dude.
Well, being a BB gun, you can't know for sure. But I would say just them pointing. Put it like this: if you point a gun at somebody and somebody calls the cops and says they point a gun at you, they'll arrest you. So it's like, I get it's a drone, but it is a police drone, and if you point a gun at a police drone, you're probably going to get arrested. I mean, that's kind of common sense, but again, did they know it was a police drone? Yada yada. I get it. There's going to be both sides of it. Will probably rave about it, but don't. I mean, if you knew it was a police drone, you shouldn't have probably done that.
So that's what it's saying here. It says, this person says, if a drone's hovering outside your window filming you, you're just supposed to do nothing. How the heck are you supposed to know if it's a cop or some creep invading your privacy? Florida man just got arrested for shooting a BB gun at a police drone, but this raises a huge question about Fourth Amendment rights in the sky. I mean, do the police have the right? Yeah, and is that a legal search? Is that something that they should need a search warrant for, to be able to have a drone over you? Because they're surveilling you, essentially. And so I would, if I was this guy's attorney, I would go get the attorney and I would say, all right, show me the warrant. And because it looks to me like they're on their own property. It looks like a house back here. I mean, there's a river. Looks like maybe it's the back of a business or back of somebody's property. And I would say, well, where's your warrant for you surveilling us? And they'd say, well, what are you talking about? Well, you were hovering right above us, so clearly you were watching us. So I want to see the warrant for why you should have been on my property looking at my stuff at all. You know?
Yeah.
Might be able to countersue. You know what I mean? Might be able to countersue them for millions of dollars for a Fourth Amendment right. A violation.
Right. And again, it's going to go straight back to what you said, too. How do you know if it's a police one or not? It's almost like a police drone should be like a cop car. They need to have something on it where people know it's a police one. Because I'll be honest with you, it's just like you said. What happens if it's a creep with a drone? Are you not allowed to protect yourself or whoever they might be trying to get information from? I mean, what's one way you can get a drone? Is shoot it. What are you going to do? Get a baseball out and try and throw it at it? Just shoot it. It's the only way. It's a flying object. So if it's a police drone, they need to make it known it's a police drone. So, but then like what you said too, is that they're surveilling your property. That should not be allowed. So it goes down a million paths, but.
Oh man, this. Are you concerned ever about like coronal mass ejections and things like that? CMEs coming from the sun. Does that stuff ever concern you?
You mean the sun that's 93 million miles away? No, because I don't believe it's 93 million miles away. So no.
Well, you know, Mr. BBB. I do follow this guy's stuff from time to time. He has a lot of stuff with the meteors and stuff like that. But dude, actually, with this in mind, I showed this the other day. I think I showed this on the round table, but I don't know if I heard your response to it, dude. Did I showed this, right? And dude, again, just so everybody knows, Grok, is this AI, natural or generated or what? It says, that said, this looks like authentic natural footage. The bright streak contrail and fish scale cloud patterns are classic rocket launch effects. So what it's calling, what I call a contrail or a chemtrail, it's thinking like a rocket went by there. But what it didn't seem to notice was the friggin' shadows on the sky, dude. And again, okay, let's go with, all right, the Earth is flat, the Earth is round, whatever shape you want to say. Like, dude, even if it's 100% flat, right? Still, how the hell are we seeing shadows, bro? Like, still, I don't get that. I really don't get this at all.
I can tell you how. Because if the streak is above the sun will cause that shadow.
Mm-hmm.
It can't be caused if it's below it, because something has to be shooting the light from behind it and causing a shadow. Therefore, the rocket or plane or streak is above the sun. So how can a sun be 93 million miles away if there's a shadow behind it?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I'll leave it at that.
Because look at whatever it is, that object or the sun is above this right here, and you're seeing these apparent shadows, and then when you go above it, you're actually seeing it above it as well.
That's what I mean.
Even
it's above the sun. That means the clouds must be above the sun. Think about that. The clouds are above the sun, and then this rocket or whatever with the streak goes above the sun and below the clouds, causing the shadow. Again, not 93 million miles away.
It is wild, dude. And again, I can't go on record and tell you that, yes, I believe the Earth is any shape in particular. But what I will say is they've lied to us about almost everything. And at what point do you think they would stop lying to us? Like, wait, they would attempt to give us all these shots that would basically, give us bad health and essentially kill a lot of people. But no, Matrix, they wouldn't lie about the shape of our Earth. No, that's where they draw the line.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't make sense to me, dude. I mean,
I think that's the ultimate confusion that nobody even understands is the where do we live question. People are taught from the time they come out the birth canal that we're on a spinning ball with the number 666 connected to it in every way, shape, or form. They're also taught out the womb that the Bible is the one and only way, and if you don't believe every last word of it, you're going to hell and you're going to burn for eternity. Both are complete and false lies, and both are probably the two biggest questions that are not answered and are lied about from our government and everybody in charge. So that's what I'm trying to do, is unlock those truths, honestly. So where do we live? We don't live on a NASA spinning ball. Where do we live? I'm not sure, but it's not what NASA tells us. That's the least I know.
Mm-hmm. I got one for you, dude. Can you answer me this question? Why do they always look the part? Why do these pedos always look the part, dude? Like, is it just?
Ugh.
Is it me, or do they always look the freaking part? They always looks like some weirdo, and this one's a she, her. Let's listen to a minute of this disgustingness if we can.
Everybody, it is Reverend Stacey Marie Lawton, or some of you might know me as DJ Buzz. But right now, today, we're coming to you with a very special message. It'll be the full version of my sermon. Just a few weeks ago, almost a month ago, I sat in a similar spot and I recorded a sample version of this sermon I'm about to bring to you today. And
The sermon at that time wasn't fully written. So if you'd like to check out the sample, just check out some of our other videos and I'll try.
Check out some of his other videos, Matrix. But whoops. Transgender Reverend and former Democrat New Hampshire representative sentenced for you know what kind of pictures of toddlers. Stacy Marie Lawton, a biological male, sentenced to 33 years in prison for encouraging his former girlfriend to take pictures of toddlers during diaper changes, while Groves worked at Creative Minds Early Learning Center in New Hampshire. More than 10,000 text messages sent between Lawton and Groves said he wanted to have relations with a less than 3-year-old toddler. Woo! Dude. God forbid if I was to ever have to instill temporary insanity, because I would absolutely have to instill temporary insanity. That would be like one of those points in which you go black and you don't see anything but red, you know?
And I've actually been there a couple times in my life. I'm not joking. When it comes to these people, they're not people. I don't know why I say that. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I'm going to go back to The Dark Knight Rises with Mr. Bane. Hang these people in front of the world for all the world to see. Literally. Yes. And then while they hang there, let's use them as a piñata and beat them to death. And we do it on nationalized television, on every channel, everywhere. And then we also say at the end, if you're doing this, you're next. Then let's see what happens with these pedos. Because I'd have a field day. I would love to have a field day. Hey, we're allowed to purge all the pedos. Guess what? I'm going out hunting, baby.
Bane. So Bane said hang them?
Yeah, so it was in the movie, it wasn't pedos, of course, but it was the police officer, or not the police officers, but the undercovers that went to the upper floors where they were hiding at. Bane showed up with his people and he said, round them up and then hang them for all the world to see. And 3 of them were hung by the bridge itself for the world to see. And that was when Bruce was inside the prison or whatever you want to call it, the hole. He saw them hanging, and then he takes a rock and throws it at the TV and breaks it. And that sets him off for the end of the movie. So that's the part of the movie I'm talking about. But hang these pedos for the world to see on national television. That would help.
Mm-hmm. I've said it before, too. You need to make an example of these people. Make an example of these people for sure. Or... let's see, because, you know, what did we say earlier? We talked about, and I think this is an older video. Well, this is posted out today, but I'm pretty sure I've seen this video in the past. They would want this to be here in America, okay, is I guess the easiest way I can say it. And then we said it earlier, talking about how they made, being gay normal, and then they tried to normalize transsexualism, and then they're going to try to normalize, like, what'd you say here? With a less than 3-year-old toddler. And again, dude, I've talked about this before when I was covering the drops back in, like, 2018. It was a former Hillary staffer who was on the phone with an FBI agent, thankfully, where he was setting up a rendezvous. And the girl's like, well, or the guy says, like, well, what do you got, essentially? And she's like, well, I got a 7 and a 9-year-old. And he's like, that's cool. Anything younger? And he's like, well, my friend over here's got a 3-year-old. Yeah, bring the 7 and bring the 3-year-old.
Yeah,
and it's
I
like,
remember that.
Like, you people need to be made an example of. Let me just put it that way. This is the video that I think is pretty much older, but apparently this 32-year-old Packy married this 10-year-old girl, and they said, you know, basically she's pregnant now. I don't know how long ago it was or whatever, but doesn't look too happy to be there getting married. A 10-year-old girl getting married to a 30-year-old man. There's something really wrong with that, dude. And I don't really care what country you're in. Again, assimilation to when you come to a country and they are still in their own country, however, but you have people that come to our country who don't want to assimilate, but then they use the thing, the excuse of like, oh, well, I didn't know this was legal. It wasn't legal here. It's like, oh, really? You didn't know that you couldn't, go beat and stab people, or you couldn't, take a girl's pants down and do whatever you want to her? Like, that's okay in your country?
Yeah. So go back, if you go way back in time, one thing and this is definitely not trying to make this a good thing at all, but one of the ways they used to do it back in the day, which totally goes against the way we do it, that a 10-year-old, that's way too fucking far. Sorry. But what they used to say is when they are childbearing age. In other words, once they went through puberty. So that's the thing they used to say. And that's the thing I've learned throughout history is way back in the day, we're talking, whether you want to go 500 to 3,000 years ago, it became of childbearing age. So you're ranging anywhere between whenever you can go through puberty, which is, I guess, 11, 12 through 16 or something. That's back in the day. So, yes, they used to do arranged marriages, but they also used to say that childbearing age. Now, with these people here we're seeing, now we're in the modern age, it's a 10-year-old, and she's already pregnant. What is wrong with these people? Like, we now are connected together. We have a better understanding of life. So 3,000 years ago, they had the brains to say childbearing age, right? Nowadays, what did you just see? A 3-year-old toddler or younger? It has gotten so much worse. It's so stupid. And, of course, we heard about Jeffrey Epstein. There was a just born that got raped. Wasn't even unclipped from the mother.
Are you serious?
Yeah. There's one of those stories. It's just like, dude, it's gotten so much worse. And, again, it doesn't make childbearing age any better. But, again, going way back in time, it's like they at least had the brain set to say, oh, they need to go through puberty first. Nowadays, they don't even want you out the womb all the way. Come on, man.
Dude, this pervert right here is a problem. Scott Wiener. All right, so starting off with his name, it's a little bit of a problem. So I'm going to set this one up for a second from now. But, Brooks Law Group, they're here to tell you. All right, so obviously this is a anti-advertisement for Brooks Law Group. I would say never use these scumbags. It says basically, if you've been on social media, you've seen this SB 145 for Senate bill. The bill aims to establish a state standard across the board for sexual misconduct. Before SB 145, sexual offense punishments varied depending on the type of sex that was had, especially when it involved minors. Senator Wiener believed that was unfair. It makes sense to weigh offenses differently depending on context, right? Well, the concern was an unequal distribution of punishment towards certain groups, namely the LGBTQ. Outlaw of gay marriages lasted until 2008 with Proposition 8 helping. Main purpose is to equalize punishments for sexual crime across the board. California weighed sexual misconduct that didn't involve intercourse differently than misconduct that did. All right, so they're basically making it sound like, we're trying to make this thing level-headed and go through the board. But wasn't it something about the 7-year rule? Essentially, as long as you're not more than 7 years older than that person, you're okay. Judges not to decide a rule. All right, so anyways, let's go back to this guy. California Senator Scott Wiener, a close friend and ally of Kamala Harris. Here are some of the bills that he's behind. AB 957 penalizes parents who don't affirm a child's trans identity. So you don't want your kid who's a child under 18 and you don't want to affirm his child's transgender identity, you can get penalized as a parent. That's weird. SB 107 removes an out-of-state child from their parents if they travel to California for obtaining gender transition. SB 145 reduced penalty for offenders who sodomize children as young as 14. Okay. SB 866 allows kids to consent to medical decisions without parents. That's good, right? You want your kids to go get a lip ring, a tattoo, boob removal, banana split. If you guys catch what I'm saying. SB 239 reduces penalty for deliberately spreading AIDS. What?
Reduces penalty. Oh my God.
I gotta look that up. Can that be actually true? That can't be true.
Can any of these be true?
I know, right?
That's how I feel. Like every single one you read, I'm like, what?
Existing law makes it a felony punishable by 3, 5, or 8 years in the state prison to expose another person to the human HIV by engaging in unprotected sex when the infected person knows at the time of the unprotected sex that he or she is infected with HIV. Has not disclosed. Existing laws make it a felony punishable by 2, 4, or 6 years for any person to donate blood. This bill would repeal those provisions. The bill would instead make the intentional transmission of an infectious or communicable disease as defined a misdemeanor punishable by imprisonment in a county jail for not more than 6 months. So, dude, you could kill somebody, knowingly have sex with somebody when you have AIDS, which would lead to their death, and you could get no more than 6 months in a county jail. Sounds fair. Okay. Next.
You could be a serial rapist with AIDS and go around and get like 100 people infected and get less than 6 months for each one.
Yep. SB 132. I can't believe I'm even going to say this. Requires prisons to put males in female prisons if they claim to feel like a woman. Huh.
It's unreal.
Well, I'm sure some males in the male prisons feel like a woman, and they don't need to go to the male prison.
Uh-huh.
That's your rep, buddy, and his little boy toy. Oh, it's so
the hell do they have in their
disgusting.
hands? Are the little vibrators or something? What the hell?
Little butt plugs.
Talk about a bunch of fags.
Fags. Yeah, that's some fag stuff for sure. That's about as gay as you get. I'm sorry, but yeah, let me get all this icky stuff off the screen. High speed rail. Okay. I thought this was cool. Let's listen to old Ronnie D. And who is this guy? Is he shut up with trying to be president or what? Oh, Mike.
He's not tall enough.
Well, as long as he uses his shoes, he's good to go.
Be here today to make
Hopefully I don't
first
lose Matrix.
announcement. Joe Latipo is going to make another announcement, but today I'm pleased to announce the establishment of the Florida MAHA Commission as a working group which will recommend state-level integration of these Make America Healthy principles. And those principles are, as I mentioned, individual medical freedom, informed consent, parent rights, and also market innovation. It will be chaired by First Lady Casey DeSantis and our Lieutenant Governor, Jay Collins, and will also include Surgeon General Joe Latipo, ACA Secretary Siobhan Harris, DCF Secretary Taylor Hatch, Elder Affairs Secretary Michelle Branham, Department of Environmental Protection Secretary Alexis Lambert, as well as experts in the fields of nutrition, health, vaccine safety, and family practice. The commission will have several main objectives, including, and Joe Latipo does a good job on this, promoting clean, safe, and nutritious food industry, improving transparency and accountability in healthcare, working on the causes of chronic diseases to identify and prevent future occurrences, and, maybe more importantly, restoring trust in the medical profession and in public health. The Florida MAHA Commission will prioritize reforms that empower Floridians, reduce regulatory burdens, and hold actors accountable for their conduct while fostering incentives for healthy living and innovation. And I think that this is something that has great potential. We've already done a lot, and I don't think there's any state that has done even close to what we've done in the state of Florida over these many years, but there's...
Yeah. So what do you think, dude? Is he gonna be, is he piping down now for a little bit and then gonna go, try to be president later, or you think he's done?
I don't think he has any chance of it with Rubio and JD Vance and others. I think his time in the spotlight came and went, and I think it's probably caused by the fact of his 6-inch lifters in his shoes didn't help out very much. So.
Plus, he went after Trump, or tried.
Yeah, well, that too. Yeah, right. He was a hot commodity for a minute. Everybody loved him, but again, what do we get? We get the rug pulled on us. Be careful who you follow. Yeah, he became a big star, and then all of a sudden they threw him out there with 6-inch stiletto freaking cowboy boots on, and all that stuff. And they just he wrecked himself. I think he wrecked himself on purpose. He's doing a good job. Let's leave it at that. But he's not presidential material in any way, shape, or form. So
true. Yeah, but it is good, though, that they're going to be doing this stuff, which is, basically start, and I think they need to do this for the whole country, right? Start to push the Maha stuff on the whole country and make, like, dude, I'm surprised that, I was saying this to Hulk yesterday, like, we understand how when they make products, right? Like, say I make a box of cereal, would be the perfect example for this, which is... Fruit Loops. They had different recipes for Fruit Loops in the United States versus Europe. So, and I'm like, wait, different recipes? And so when you're making, your product, of course you want to make it as simple as you can, right? And so for them to do that, it's more expensive for them to do that. So I'm very surprised that they were actually doing that. Let me see if I can pull this one up here. Somebody got an actual picture of the two different things here. Bowl of European Fruit Loops top compared to a bowl of American Fruit Loops bottom. Notice the lack of vibrant colors due to the absence of harmful dyes. Let me see. Yep. The top is the European and the bottom is United States. Let's see if we can get this bigger here. That any bigger? Like this. Whoa, that's way too big. So this is Europe. This looks better because it looks brighter and colorful, but we don't want to eat those colors, right?
Right. I mean, that's what they look like me growing up. I used to love those colors, but what is it? It's those bad dyes for you. I mean, that top one does not look good. I won't lie. It looks gross.
Yeah, but I bet you it tastes better because it's all natural.
Right.
You know what I mean? You never know. But yeah, they said essentially to make, the red flavorings, or, we use dye and they would use like radishes or carrots and stuff. So I'd be interested to try a box to see what the flavor difference would be.
Yeah.
I really would. Not a box, but maybe, a couple spoonfuls just to see what it would taste like.
It would probably taste really weird to us because we're so used to all the sugars and all the fake stuff. It'd probably taste weird.
Look at this. He says, what the F? This is my photograph. Check my history. I didn't bring that baggie of Fruit Loop all the way back from Hungary so some karma bot could get some fake internet points.
Wow. That's funny.
He says, sorry.
Now, think about this, though. All the people that are coming to America that are from over there that have those things, what do they try our food, and what do? They love it.
Right.
Why? Because we have all the fake stuff in there to make it taste better.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So.
My life is a lie. They're called Fruit Loops. That's how you know they're made with real fruit. Fruit Loops. F-R-O-O-T. Wait.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he got it right up there. Okay, let's see. So any stories that we need to get out that we haven't touched on? I think I hit most of my links. I never get through them all. But it is Father's Day, and I don't want to keep everybody all afternoon. Aragachi, I got all that stuff. 25 million. Did I already hit that one? 25 million off of voter rolls?
I don't think. No, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Oh, yeah, it was Chuck Schumer.
Yep.
Chuck Schumer complaining. But yeah, so apparently I did get through most of them. Nation of Buckies. Iran knew they couldn't fight with a bunch of Buckies. Dude, did you know that the Air Force One apparently had done 96 countries, 223 international trips and flew over 6 million miles. Became the most famous airplane in the world, the VC-25A. And again, where was it? I sent this to Hulk yesterday, so it's going to be in my links to him. Where was it? Texas Roadhouse. Oh, this is funny. Aussie discovers Texas Roadhouse for the first time. There we go.
Let's go to Texas Roadhouse. It's unbelievable. First of all, they give you these peanuts. You can eat as many as you want. She's like, yeah, just take a bag. Then they come out and they put this bread on the table, and I'm like, oh, I didn't order the bread. It's like, oh, that's free. And it's like, and she goes, and if you want more bread, we'll just give you more. And this bread it's as nice as bread can possibly be. Like, if you're an Australian, try and picture the most unbelievable bread, like Subway bread. Got this fancy butter.
Dude, what is it? Not Texas Roadhouse, but what's the other one that's near me? Longhorn Steakhouse. They have this honey wheat bread, dude. Oh my God. And for me, the Texas Roadhouse bread is, it's okay. But the Longhorn Steakhouse honey wheat bread is like this guy's describing, to die for. All right.
Funny you say that, because that's the type of bread I buy for my house is honey wheat.
Oof,
I eat. It's what I eat every day.
Oof, I might have to go get me and the boys some Longhorn later. I love and dude, I used to get like the ribeyes and stuff like that. It would be like $26-$28, and then I'm like, I always like steak tips personally, and then they have a steak tip dinner that's like $19, but it also adds in sautéed mushrooms and sautéed onions at no additional charge, and then two other sides as well. So super good, dude. And the bread is just absolutely to die for. Let's listen to the rest of this, Mikhail.
Then they give you the Coke. Of course, it's America, so it's unlimited refill. And then it was all like ribs and steak and chips. There was an onion that had been deep fried, and you dip it in the sauce. It's
blooming onion.
You just leave there so happy. And then Australians are all like, yeah, but in America you've got to tip. No, you don't have to tip. You want to tip. These people are the most wonderful people in the world. I don't even know why you Americans are so angry all the time. You guys have Texas Roadhouse in your country. You should just be walking around wanting to hug everybody.
Dude, there's so many of those too, and my favorite one I thought was when they were looking at the bread. They're like, look at all the ingredients. Oh my God.
Yep, exactly. And here's the thing, the Buc-ee's thing, though. I know I told this on my channel. I was the same way. I understand 100% the Europeans when they came over and saw the Buc-ee's, because I just saw in the last few years my first large Buc-ee's, like what they showed on TV. Somewhere between here and Nebraska, I think it was towards Nebraska is where the one was. And I was like, the natural look of looking over and you're like, oh, there's a gas station. Yeah, what the hell is that? It's still going. Hang on, get off the highway. What is this? Like, legitimately. Got off the highway, went in there, and I was just like the Europeans. I was walking around going, what is this place? I was stunned. I had no clue. And I'm an American and had no clue till sometime in the last 6 years, maybe. Sometime in the last 6 years or so, because I forgot we're in 2026. Holy crap. Yeah, about 6 years ago is when I first saw the first Buc-ee's. Blew my mind.
Oh, it's huge. It's monstrous. And then a lot of these people are being blown away by even going into like Walmarts, like the super Walmarts and stuff like that. They're like, wow, this place is huge. So I guess they must not have stores that big.
They must not, I guess. I guess being an American, we don't realize what we have, I guess. I've never traveled. I have no clue what other countries are like. I do know that our country is way bigger than most countries. I do know that much, but I don't know. I don't know the difference. I don't get why they're so fascinated until I see them go home and compare it to their stuff, basically. I'm like, oh, shit, we do have it good here. But I've never been anywhere, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's wild. Let's see. Europeans in America. Do we have any more funny clips that we could show? World Cup has destroyed decades of leftist propaganda about the United States in the past week or so. Europeans making video on social media about their visit has been eye-opening for the world. Let's see. This guy is it's a very short 17-second. Go ahead.
Perfect. I'm going to go release my Una Mate. I'll be back.
Sure. Let's see. We got decades. What is he saying here? No, we're muted. Love you, baby. And do you guys find the funniest thing that they're most, they seem to be most interested about is ranch dressing? I mean, I like ranch dressing too, but I mean, not that much. This is the TSA oversized liquids bin before my flight. Europeans have gone crazy for ranch. Oh, look, CeraVe. Marie's. Ken's. If you're visiting for a very large sporting event and you happen to discover ranch while you're here, please pack it into your checked bag on the way home. Yeah, dude, people are going crazy over ranch, dude.
Ranch. I had this conversation about the ranch on my channel too. My ex hated ranch to the point where I was almost not even allowed to have it in my house type stuff. She hates it. I'm a person that with a salad specific, 90% of the time I will not get ranch because I use ranch on a lot of other stuff. It's my dipping sauce basically on everything. So when I have a salad, I get other, like whether it's Italian, red French, or whatever else. But like salad wise, I typically never get ranch, but I'll take ranch on almost anything. So.
Wow, I didn't know they didn't have it in Europe. I mean, you'd figure they had all the same flavors everywhere.
Maybe it's because it has so much of the illegal stuff over there. Maybe it's because it's got high fructose corn syrup and all the stuff. Who knows?
You're World Cup fans after being home in the United States.
I don't want it.
But I thought you loved beans and toast.
No, not anymore.
I just don't understand why we can't have free refills in the UK. It's not like the technology doesn't exist.
Ranch dressing. Do you have it?
Hans, why is everything here in children portion?
It's always been this way.
Mayonnaise, sour cream, buttermilk. Now for the herbs.
I don't want it.
That's awesome.
Now for the herbs. Yeah, my son turned me back on to ranch probably a few months ago, funny enough. He likes ranch on a few different things as well. Puts it on a lot of different things, kind of like you. Oh yeah.
What's funny is though, I don't actually keep ranch in my house either. Like what's funny is I don't even have ranch in my house. I actually have Italian dressing and red French in my house. My dipping sauce, I don't have any of. Why? Because I ran out.
I used to like Catalina too. That was good.
That is good.
Catalina.
But yeah, ranch is one of those things. When I was younger, I probably could have drank it. I loved it so much. So.
Wait, is this another one? This is August. Oh, apparently I didn't see this one. It was another post that I posted out in August of 2024. But okay, dude, I'm going to do some thank yous over on the old Foxhole. And, you know, maybe people will love our country now that they've tasted our delicious nectars and foods out there. Maybe. Maybe they won't want to nuke us. But we're still going to have some of those countries that don't love us, unfortunately. Over on the Foxhole.app, aka pill.net, we got Punk Q Rocker 4Q dropping in 517 gold pills. No message on there, but thank you for that there, Punk Rocker. Sean Joe, Space Squad member, dropped a cookie. No message on there, but thank you there. Octavius Maximus Eurydimus dropped a cookie. No message on that one, but thank you. Thick Ray dropped a can. Says, boy, it's been years. Everyone wanted that to happen at the White House. God bless America. Trump is the greatest president ever. The truth is loose. Hashtag the truth is loose. Thank you for that, Thick Ray. Sean Joe, Space Squad member, dropped another cookie. No message on there, but thank you. Jucani dropped some shade. Says, God bless. Right back at you, Jucani. Thank you for that. Wonder World dropped a cookie. No message on there, but thank you. I'm going to leave no thanks Joe's message for the last. Caddy Chase, Caddy, oh my God. Okay, blah, 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 rewind. Chatty KC Gift of the cookie, no message on that one, but thank you. Sean Joe again with another cookie. Space Squad member, no message on that one, but thank you for those cookies, Sean Joe. And then Lizzie B with the cookie, no message on that one. But thank you. Lizzie Borden. And no thanks, Joe, with the cookie. Always appreciate these. Says, Happy Father's Day, my man, Spaceshot 76. Nice to see you here on this fine Sunday afternoon in the United States, or best country in the world, according to a huge number of guests visiting for the FIFA World Cup competitions. God bless, be safe, and happy Father's Day to all. Always a great message, and thank you there. No thanks, Joe, and thank you guys all over there. And they always end in 17, which is always nice over on the Foxhole. So I am caught up, and I am releasing the scratch-ins, and over to you, Mr. Matrix, sir.
All right. Well, number one, thank you to my my other co-host, Omazon, for the raid a little earlier. Thank you very much, good sir. Getting us starting off is Extra Alien with 420 gold pills. Thank you very much, good sir. And says, Happy Father's Day. Where we go one, we go all. Absolutely 420. Izzy Q, thank you for the shades. Says, I watched chapter 12. I pulled tarot cards and did a little research on the magician. Did you know the infinite sign above his head? If you turn it vertically, it's the number 8. There's a ton of other references as well within the card. Fascinating. Happy to share with you. Oddly enough, Izzy Q, you're doing a great job with that, because in one of my Templar episodes, I did go into that deeper. And above that magician's head is not only the number 8, but if you go further up, you'll see the letter I. And if you turn that sideways too, it becomes a letter H, which is the 8th letter of the alphabet, giving you a 88 as well. How about that one?
Boom.
I did that in one of the episodes. So, yeah, you're 100% on it, though, SEQ. Great job. Punk Rocker for Q, thank you for the 497 gold pills. No message there. Octavius Maximus, thank you for that cookie. No message as well. Filter Dog 1, thank you for the cookie. And says this, I saw this earlier. President Trump issued a direct threat to Iranian negotiators in Switzerland. You close the strait and you won't have a country. You won't even make it back to your effing country.
Yeah.
Boom.
I think that's what we started with.
I think so, yeah. Let's see. Murph Huzar, thank you for the can. It says, Stalin to resign tomorrow. My job is nearly done. And I have no clue what you mean by that when you said Stalin, Murph Huzar, but thank you very much, good sir. Here's no thanks, Joe. Thank you for the cookie. And says, what up, Caped Crusader and dynamic decoder of the government gangsters. Happy Father's Day, and thank you for streaming with the 76th shot from space. As always, you guys rock. Happy Father's Day. God bless and be safe to all. Thank you very much. No thanks, Joe. Always a fun reading your messages there. And then Sean Joe with back-to-back cookies. Thank you very much, Sean Joe. And then Lizzie B siding with a cookie. Thank you very much, good sir. And thank you guys all. I release my scratching at the last Wednesday of every single month, so no scratching for you guys today, but thank you very much for being here. Yeah.
The last Thursday of every month?
Yeah, I very specifically do it that way, so that way it builds for 4 weeks of... so how it works is every single show, the amount of gold pills you make in that show will give an amount into the pool for the scratch off. The more you make, the bigger the prize is. So I literally let mine build for an entire month. And that way, the last Wednesday of every month when I release mine, people are getting 200 and something gold pills, 100 plus gold pills for a minute. And then it gets down to the less and less and less. So I do it that way just so everybody out there gets a big return for doing the scratch off.
Nice. Oh, very nice. Yeah, and this is the one we played, and I was saying how Trey Yink's voice sounded like he's a little faster today or something. He's like, hey, but yeah, holy crap, President Trump issued a direct threat to Iranian negotiators in Switzerland. You close the strait, and you won't have a country. You won't even make it back to your effing country.
You're right. That is the exact line. Yep.
Our fake news.
That is the fake.
Yep. I guess Filter Dog 1 actually probably came in just after we did that, because you're right, we did start with this. So
you fake news. Listen, you fake news. You fake news.
That's a gift from my boy, one of my Christmas gifts last year. But always a great show here on these Sundays, brother. I might go live a little bit later and do some golfing and some GTA like later tonight, just to do some premium and get that out of the way. So if you guys see me go live in premium, you're not missing any pertinent show information. You're going to be missing video games.
You still have your Rumbles to thank?
No, I'm all caught up on those, my man.
Oh, I did not. I haven't done any of them, actually.
Well, actually,
okay, I didn't know that.
Now that you said that, MacGyver just popped up a $2 super chat. Says, this is for your food later. Thanks, brother. But so now I'm all caught up.
All right, yeah, I didn't do any of my Rumble stuff at all, just because now that I know they stay there, I just leave them all for the end now. So let's see. John Osborne came in first. Thank you for that $20 Rumble rant. Says, thank you, Matrix, for all you do. We appreciate you. Thank you very much for that, good sir. Conspiracy Therapist 17 came in earlier with 5 subscriptions on the Rumble side. Thank you very much for that, good sir. Mr. Grass 41 with a $10 Rumble rant says, black screen of death. Did the balloon go up? Which I never did find out from you what in the world you meant by that, Mr. Grass. But thank you very much, good sir. Barb Naylor, here you are, the birthday girl. Happy birthday, Barb Naylor. Thank you for the $10 Rumble rant, and says, hey, Matrix, can I get a shout out for my birthday since I share it with Father's Day today? Great show yesterday. Thanks for all your good work and sharing with us. Absolutely. I actually already said that once, but once again, happy birthday to Barb Naylor, and I hope you have a great day, even though it's Father's Day. Have a great birthday there, Barb. And then last but not last, actually, I had an extra one come in. I have a Rizzy Truth sighting. All right. Bear Raider, thank you for the $20 Rumble rant. Says, happy Father's Day to all the founding fathers, especially the brave and righteous Knights Templar dads who fought for truth and freedom. Holy crap, that's an awesome message. Thank you, Bear Raider. And then the last but not least is Rizzy Truth with a $1 Rumble rant and says, just because. Thank you, Rizzy. You got it. All right. And with that, though, number one, thank you guys all for being here. Make sure you guys are hitting that red pill or that thumbs up button on all the channels on both sides and get us back on that leaderboard, because you guys have been doing that every single week, and we very much appreciate that.
Yes, sir, dude. You're looking at a 470 day old McDonald's cheeseburger. Receipt is so old it's deteriorated, but check out the burger bun, hamburger patty, and cheese, all completely perfect. No mold, no discoloration, still looks edible. This guy also shows another 18-year-old cheeseburger. Again, still perfect. Dude, what is up with that?
There's a lady from the 90s who did that. She still has it to this day. She shows it like once a year or whatever, and it's still the same. It's the exact same it was from the day she got it.
No mold on the bun. They still look normal after 18 years. How is it still legal to sell this stuff?
Yep.
So yeah, go back to cooking. You know, everything has a trade-off, right? They call it fast food for a reason. You know, it's shit that you're putting in your body, but you need something quick, go get it. You know, it's much easier to go home and throw something in the microwave than to go prepare a whole meal and build everything by scratch, but you're much better off doing so, of course. Much better off doing so.
Just like you said, you were going to Longhorn Steakhouse possibly. Guess what I did last week? I had me 5 steaks I bought, and I had a steak every single day last week. So,
hell yeah.
And I did it right here at home. Exactly.
They're good for you too. Yeah, you need that iron in your diet as well. But
last but not least, Dirk's Gently just popped in literally with a $1 Rumble rant. Thank you very much, Dirk Gently. Good timing on that. Almost missed it. Awesome show yesterday, Matrix. I need to rewatch because I was at work and I could not see everything. Very much do that, sir. Dirk, thank you for the $1 Rumble rant. The first 3 hours and 20 minutes of the show, that's where all the decoding and connections are. That's the main part you'll want to see if that's what you're looking for. But everybody out there, since I keep bringing it up, this total show is about 5.5 hours long. And after the decoding and connections part, we get into new information as well. So it's not just a decode connection show. There is actually brand new video from Scott Walter and a few things I threw in as well. So yesterday's show, chapter 12, is awesome. Go check it out.
Heck yeah. A condensed version of just 5 hours. You guys can see that in an afternoon. No problem.
Yep.
Well, great show as usual, brother. Always a blast. And I will be back for Hold the Line episode. I believe it's 214 tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. And then I'll be back on Tuesday again, 7 p.m. So catch me there. So for Matrix and myself, thank you to the mods out there. We greatly appreciate your help as well. And we do, of course, appreciate each and every one of you wonderful world patriots out there for tuning in. And until that next one, thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Peace.
Peace.
Hello, guys.
something special is happening in here. That's right, it's brackets and jackets, bringing it back for brackets and jackets. Special Epstein Island edition. That's right, folks, Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, the man with the island, which is suspiciously close to Haiti. That's right. You see, this man, Jeffrey Epstein, is funding lots of people. He's funding lots of people on the street to make sure his shit doesn't get out. That's right. They want the record sealed. And they're paying a lot of people. Epstein's paying a lot of people. Oh, boy. For one, he's got a whole Mossad media matrix in America. And I would bet you anything that Alex Jones is one of them. Prove me wrong. That's right, Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the building with songs about Epstein. It's Breakfast Jackets Epstein edition. Guys, I had some epiphanies today. I had some real big epiphanies about some guys. A big network of guys and spies and lies and liars. All right, think about this for a minute, okay? The guy in Portland, the scientist that just got busted for producing CP, that guy is 1 degree of separation away from Epstein. Epstein, the investor that lives in West Palm Beach, Florida. I know a guy who lives in West Palm Beach, Florida as well. Investor as well. Also involved as well. And all is not well with these guys. The Florida boys, the Glow boys, the Scott Israels of the world. You see, Epstein is Hillary Clinton. And Epstein is Haiti. And Epstein is a big network of media assets. By the way, did you know that Steve Bannon was going to that guy for money? Also, Epstein is Epstein Oprah. Epstein is Chris Tucker. You remember him. Epstein is also Kevin Spacey. Epstein is also Prince Andrew. Epstein is also... Who else is Epstein? Who else is Epstein? Tell me. You guys know? Who else is Epstein? Is Epstein Big Pharma? Is Epstein Bryan Singer? Is Epstein Naomi Campbell? Yep, all of the above. All of the above. Who is Epstein? Epstein is the keystone of a whole motherfucking matrix. And once you pull it out, it all falls down. Dersh was there too. That's right, we're dropping red pills every day. Dropping red pills in the best kind of way. This is brackets and jackets for the denizens